Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is August 20th, 2024, and today I'm going to do the Press X kit. This is my first time using it. I am so excited. I've decided that this is my favorite nail kit by far. It's from Not Polished. It's their new kit that they just came out with. You can buy everything separate or together, and I'll show you all that stuff in a second. Okay, so they are soft gel nails, and when I open the box, I'll tell you a little bit more about them and see if I can show you guys one of the nails. I probably won't be able to get too close, but you'll kind of get an idea. Okay, so I have the drill here because I actually had already started recording and I didn't like my video, so I decided to just erase it and start all over. Okay, so this is not a paid promotion. Everything you guys see is paid for. I do not know anyone that works in Not Polished. I'm not a Not Polished ambassador or anything like that. I don't know what that entails. If you want to know about that, contact them and see if they're still doing that. I just really love their products. Okay, so we paid for everything that you guys see here in the video. All right, so the whole thing about the nails that they said, the reason why they made them the way that they did was so that you can have the least amount of nail prep as possible, and also you should be able to put these nails on in 3 steps. Okay, and I need that in my life. I need it to not take that long to get them on. Okay, so hopefully everything goes well. If you guys have ever seen my channel, then you guys know if there's any safety things that you guys should know. I go ahead and I tell you guys those things at first. Okay, so with the nail prep, I actually start off with my sanding band. Okay, now I got everything, well, not everything, but, well, yeah, except for this bottle here. Let me move this out of the way. We don't need that just yet. But I believe everything here that you see, I got this on Amazon, okay, and it'll be all in the description box below. What powder I'm going to use for what finger, on what hand, and everything like that will all be down there. And if you've never actually watched a YouTube video, the description box is a light gray box and it is underneath the video. Okay, I can't remember if the title is inside of the description box, but I do know that it's a gray box and it may be right underneath the title. And then you might see at the end of one of the sentences where you can push more, it'll reveal the rest of the sentence. And if there's more, you go to the last sentence and you click more again, and then it should drop down the rest of the box. Okay, and if you watch a video on your computer, you should be able to actually watch the video and read the stuff in the description box, if I remember correctly. Okay, so whoever made this, I forgot who the seller was, or the manufacturer, but they had the numbers on there, and then I put the labels on there so I can know what grit the sanding bands are. And the higher the grit on a sanding band or a file, the finer the grit. Okay, so this is a 240 on here. They call this super fine, and for some companies they'll just tell you that this is fine grit. I just kind of go, well, first I push back my cuticles, and once I started using these cuticle pushers, I didn't use anything else. The metal ones just hurt too much. These have a rubber tip, but be careful because the tips can come off, but you can just put them back on. Okay, I want to show you guys this. Okay, because I already actually did my whole hand, and my plan was to do this thumb on the video, but it's already done. Okay, so after I push back what's called actually the skin fold to reveal the cuticle, which is the sticky skin underneath, it's the dead skin that you want to remove, or else it can cause lifting. One of the things that can cause it. Okay, so before you use, oh my gosh, so I learned this, before you use your drill bits, okay, these are tungsten, I think, drill bits. This is from a cart. There are 10. There's 2 safety bits in here, I believe, maybe 3. You want to season them. Now, I also saw a video that you're not supposed to use tungsten drill bits on your natural nails. Okay, but I just want to show you guys that that's where this came out of. Okay, so you take your drill bit, and actually it'll be easier for me to show you with that one. This one's kind of small. And you place it in your drill, lock it in place. Okay, I wouldn't go higher than 1,000 or 2,000 RPMs. So if you don't know, your drill goes by RPMs. Okay, so it's not speed 1, speed 2, it's speed 1,000, speed 3,000. It goes up to however high your drill goes up. Mine goes to 40, so this goes up to 40,000 RPMs, and I've never gotten anywhere near that. But you want to get a good grip on your file. What you're doing is called seasoning. So right along the top of the edge of a sanding band, or even your drill bits, I guess the way they cut it, it's kind of sharp. So you want to hold onto your file, turn it on. Like I said, I wouldn't go higher than 2,000 RPMs. And then you just want to, actually, you know what? I'm talking about it, so let me show you guys real quick, because we're going to, after this, we're going to do the nails. This has an off switch on the back because it's touch. And I turned it off, so now it doesn't want to turn back on. because it's still off. That's why. And see how touchy it is? Okay, so you can go forward, reverse, and then you can pause, or when you start it, like I said, I'm on 1,000, I'm in reverse, and then you just do this. You're gonna hear that noise. Okay, so make sure it's a file that's old, or a file that you don't really care for, you don't use very often. Just back and forth like that, just to kind of get rid of the sharpness. Okay, so this drill, you can set it down, it pauses, you can pick it back up, start spinning. If you pause it with the pause button, when you pick it back up, it doesn't spin. Okay, so I really, really like this drill, but I'm going to go ahead and unpause it and put it back to 0 and turn it off. And I'm going to turn it off back here too, because it's touch and it's very sensitive. Okay, so that's what you want to do even to this drill bit. Okay, so let me go ahead and, well, no. Okay, because I took out steps. Yes. Okay, so let's see. Do the cuticle. And then actually, honestly, if I think I have a little bit more cuticle, I will put this in here and very carefully on 1,000 RPMs, just go around the edge of my finger. And especially right here in the cuticle area, I try not to get it on top of the skin fold. They said that this drill bit is actually supposed to be for on top of your skin fold. I guess it's supposed to be something like when they take those little clippers at the nail shop, and I thought they only did that on your toes. You guys, I was horrified the first time they brought those out and actually clipped stuff around here, and it hurt. They were sharp. Okay, so after that, I take my no lint wipe. It looks all raggedy because I already used it. And I just kind of clean over my fingers. Now, the next part is supposed to be what's called feathering. Okay, so feathering is where you have your sanding band. Like I said, you don't want to go probably higher than 2,000. I would probably say 1,000 RPMs. And you go lightly like over your nail. But I found that that is too much filing for my nails, so I don't do that. Now, I know it creates, let me go ahead and put this away because I'm going to put everything over here. Okay, so I'm just going to take it. And get everything. I'm not gonna even pause. I don't need the stain resistant top coat just yet. Okay, so we have that, we have the glue, and we need the lights right there. But yeah, it's so that you get rid of the shine on your nails. Okay, you want your nails to be kind of textured. You don't want them to be smooth, or else even if you dehydrate and prime and stuff like that, the nails won't stick as well. But I'm like, I don't care. I get really bored easy. And so in about 2 to 3 weeks, I want different colors anyway. Okay, and I use the dip method. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way because this is huge. But yeah, so basically what happened is that it looked like I stuck my fingers in a shredder, like I said on the first Press X video, or like a jigsaw puzzle. And I discovered, even if I said in the last video that our nails are more than one layer, even if they're not, I had thinned them out in some places. It was all cracked in different parts here. And the solid nail glue from a cart leaves a white residue. And so it kind of turns your nail white. So I thought that's what I was removing because it was starting to come off. And then it turned out that I was removing layers of my nail, obviously, as well. And so it just, once I heard the crackling noise up here, I realized that down here, I probably was only removing layers of my nails, and I couldn't get that white off. Okay, that was going to come off over time. Okay, so that's why I started using this Press X gel. This comes with the kit, and you can buy everything separately as well. Okay, so yeah, I don't do the feathering. I only do cleanup around the cuticle area, and that's it. Okay, so my box is backwards here, but this is the kit. They're soft gel nails. They go from size 1 to 14. They do not have a size 0. They have half sizes, which is something I've never seen before. 3, 4, 5, and 6 are half sizes. And like I said, it starts at 1 to 14. Okay, so I have a little, I call my little cheat sheet here. And I put down what size nail I use on what finger. So let me go ahead and get the nails out. Maybe I can show you one. Okay, these are actually kind of stuck together. Okay, so this is what the nail looks like. The number and the little brand for the MP is at the bottom. They actually have the numbers written. And then for the half sizes, it's just as 3.5, 4.5, stuff like that. And they made it to where it's thinner at the cuticle area and thicker at the tip. I know you guys can't see that, but I decided I didn't want to record it in angle today. I'm used to recording more straight on. It's just easier for me and I have more space to move around. Okay, so this should be a size 3. And then I lay the nails out in the order that they go on my hand. Okay, so I don't put my thumb over here unless it's my right hand. Okay, so let's see. We're doing the left hand. I need a 6.5 for my ring finger. But yeah, I was using plastic nails, and it's not that I didn't like them. I just wanted to try something new, and I wanted to try something, like I said, that had the least amount of steps as possible. And so this is what I came up with. And I saw this kit, I was super excited to go ahead and try it. And I just realized that's my thumb. That should have been my index finger. Okay, so I need a 7 first. That's a 5.5. I'm going backwards. Okay, there's a 7 for my index finger. Then the 6 I have is my middle finger. Here's my 6.5, yeah, for my ring. And then a 9 for my pinky. So this should be, I think this is an 8. Yeah, those are 8s. Here's the 9s. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this box because I will knock this over. But I really love their packaging, and I love how just about everything that they have for packaging is red. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where to put these. Maybe I'll just put these behind me. And then I haven't showed these in a while. These are no lint wipes. Almost couldn't get that out. It comes from, as you can see, Young Nails. And is there a website in here? No, it's just youngnails.com. Yes, this is the actual box. And then I want to show you guys real quick. Okay, so cotton's really messy. So if you're wondering what I use when I wipe my nails and stuff like that, or if I use it on my toes, and you get this, and it was bigger than this. I got this last year. Look how huge this is. Okay, so if you only do your nails, this is going to last you for a while. Let me turn it where I can actually pull it up like this. And then I'll show you guys an actual clean square. So here's a square, you just rip it right off. And then I'll just leave this because I might need it. Okay, because I'm only going to do my left hand on the recording, then I'm going to do my right hand off recording, and then I'm going to come back and decorate. Okay, so if you've never seen any of my nail videos. Oh, also, I'm a beginner. I'm not licensed. I only do my nails. And so you guys, I know how it is to try and do your nails. I started with half cover tips. That didn't work. I didn't like it. And then they wouldn't stay on. It didn't matter when I started using the correct base. For the dip method, because you know this part is your natural nail, right? And so they still didn't want to stay. And I think maybe I wasn't doing the bond or the primer. And I was kind of nervous to put that stuff on my hands from any company. I didn't want to react to any products. Okay, so that probably was what was causing them to be able to just literally break off especially if I hit my hand. They wouldn't break off by itself, just if I hit them. Okay, so I'm missing one thing here. The light. Okay, let me get the light out of the box. Okay, so this is the box it comes in, and the products here come in this box. Okay, so I know I showed this. I actually did a Press X video, okay, where I just talked about the kit. So if you want to see that video, maybe I'll put it in my description box. There's also a stain resistant top coat. You can choose that. If you don't choose that, it'll default to the gloss coat that they have called Gloss It. But this is very heavy. Okay, so make sure you get a grip on here. As you can see, this is separate. It's portable, kind of like a little flashlight. They give you this, and then they give you a cord to plug it up. Okay, so you have to have a little thing that you plug into the wall, and I'll set that over here as well. Okay, and so I'm going to set this up here. This bends just about any kind of way you want it to. This is magnetic here. Okay, so, oh, you know what? And that actually turns. I did not know that. Okay, so I'm trying to adjust it. It's going to look kind of awkward. And they didn't say how long to let the primer dry. So when we get to that part, I'll just tell you a little bit more of the updates. Some are new, and some are things I've already seen in my other nail videos. But if you've never seen any of my nail videos, then it's all new for you. Okay, so this, just like that. Okay. And if you twist it, it's going to come off. So that's why I'm trying to bend it the way I need it. Give me a second here. it's not censored. See, won't come on. And I would suggest, let's see. No, okay, so you do have to push the button first and you can push it to stop it. That way, when you tap it, okay, push it to, it'll actually switch to 60 seconds. 30 and 60 seconds is what it has here. Switches back to 30. Oh, wait. Then tap it to stop it. Okay, so, but you do have to push the button first. And I'm just want to let you guys know that because you're going to get into the situation of actually trying to put it on there, not knowing it's not going to come on even if you tap it unless you push the button the first time and then tap it to turn it off. That way you can control it like that. Okay, I don't know if you guys could see that. But yeah, ooh. Okay, so it should be set to 30. And see, it's really sensitive. Okay, so it picks and chooses what it wants to do. In some of my videos, you'll see it give me a super hard time. And as you can see here, it doesn't want to stop coming on. Okay, so that should be good like that. All right, so here we go. 3 steps, right? But yeah, so these I like them because number one, I ended up not having to soak them off. Oh, and they also tell you want to put the least amount of this product as possible. Okay, any of these products, and you want to make sure you wear gloves if you're doing someone else's nails. So they tell you not to get it on your hands, okay? But obviously if you're doing your own nails, you kind of can't avoid that. But yeah, like I said, just to recap, just don't forget to season your drill bits and your sanding bands before you use them. Because the first thing you're always going to do is your nail prep. But yeah, I didn't have to soak them off. After about 2.5 to, I say 3 weeks, the solid builder gel that you're going to see me use in a second started to get loose. And so some of it just kind of came where I could take it off as if I had put on a press-on nail. This is the primer. Like I said, I don't know how long to let this dry. It doesn't say on the bottle, doesn't say on the website. I think I forgot to text them and ask them. But this is to help the nails stick to your nails better. Okay, and you'll see some videos where they tell you that you shouldn't use primer. And they'll tell you why. I don't really know why. One of the remarks they made was you're not painting a car. And since I've painted my calipers on my car before, I kind of understood what they were saying, and I thought, oh, that kind of made me resistant to continue to use it. And I don't know if their primer that's in their white bottle and their bond that's in their white bottle, kind of like this bottle, I don't know if it's the same bond as this. This is pH bond, and it says dehydrator in the bottle, and the other one didn't say pH or dehydrator. And then, like I said, this is called Prime Time, and almost got nervous because it said Press X. The press gel, the thicker builder gel, it says it on the bottle. See how it says Press X right there? So I kind of panicked because I know that this is the glue. Okay, so yeah, but I was kind of hesitant. So once I got to the full cover nails, I tried the Goutrace plastic nails, and then I had to use solid nail glue. So next, let's talk about the apex while we're waiting for the primer to dry. Okay, so the apex is where your nail curves. Some people's apex is, or I should say their nail is flatter than others. Okay, so it's like the arch of your nail. Some people have a high apex, some people don't. And the nails that I picked are natural. So the difference between natural and sculpted, natural are for people that have more of a flatter nail, and sculpted are for people that have more of an arch, more of an apex. Okay, so these have a slight apex in them, but the Goutrace nails had a high apex. That's why I had to use Macart solid nail glue, because it's thicker than this. And it kind of fills in the gap. Okay, so there is going to be a gap. You won't be able to see that when you put it over your finger, but that's what this is for. Okay, so I think I'm just going to stick to not polished products for just about everything I use. Okay, so I do know from taking my nail, I know that I believe the primer is sticky, but I don't think it's dry just yet. We'll give it a couple more seconds. But yeah, so I decided I want to try the soft gel nails, and I didn't want to have to soak them off, and I ended up not having to anyway, so that's why I didn't do the video. Also, I hit them, and it wasn't like when I hit a half cover tip, we'll start with that first. You know, sometimes it just pops right off, right? Sometimes it takes off some of the powder on your natural nails. Sometimes it just takes the tip off and that powder, and you're left with the powder on your fingers. hmm If you hit it hard enough. And with these nails, however I hit it, it happened so fast that by the time I was in pain, because it still hurt, it didn't hurt as much. It had went a little bit over the tip of my finger and it had bounced back up. And it did it fast. I didn't even realize it did it. It was the amount of pain that I was in that told me that that happened, because I've had them actually, the plastic ones I've hit it and it bent completely. hmm And I think I can't even remember. I believe it did come off. But these did not come off. They didn't get loose. That's the other thing I like about the nails. Okay, so hopefully this works. We're going to take the gel. I believe the primer should be dry by now. And they said not to shake any of these bottles. Your polish and your the gel and regular polish are kind of difficult. Like usually you shake your nail polish, right? But they said to wait 30 minutes if you shake any of the bottles to kind of let the bubbles settle down. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. And my cutter. I always forget something. Well, I'll get my nail cutter in a second. Okay, so I just kind of let it get to where it doesn't want to drip anymore. The pinky, you don't need a lot. And you just kind of paint it on. I know you guys can't see that, but you just paint it. And you want to try and paint it as even as you can get it. You only want to try and get it on the inside of it, obviously. And then see how it's getting ready. Well, you can't see that. It's getting ready to start a drip. So I'm going to go ahead and let it drip back down to the bottle. And then I'm going to make like a little puddle of how much I think I need on here. Like I said, the pinky, you don't need a lot. And because this is not as thick as, I don't even think it's as thick as gel nail glue. Okay, so you want to be careful how much you put on, because when you push down, it might ooze on the side and then you'll end up having to clean up that mess before you even do anything else, because it's sticky and because of the way it's going to dry. Okay, so last time I had already done my right hand, so I'm not used to doing this just yet with no nails on my right hand. All right, so I'm going to take it and see if I can turn this way, and then I'm going to tap it. And that's another thing for update. 2 to 3 seconds, this cures enough to where you can't move it. So just be careful when you get it into the light that you have it where you want it. Let me see. Let me do a test. No, I don't want to test that with that there. See? It doesn't want to come on. It is charged up. There we go. Okay. One more test. See how light I touched it that time? Okay, so it picks and chooses how light you have to touch it. But you basically take it, go down by your skin fold area, or your skin fold and your cuticle area, I meant to say. Be careful, because it will slide. And then when you push down, the idea is to not have the thicker builder gel go past the tip of your finger. And once you get it down toward the tip of your finger, the other thing that you're going to experience, you want to make sure it's on as straight as you can get it, is that it will start to come up from the cuticle area. So when you push down, you kind of have to put enough pressure to keep the cuticle area down. Another thing is you want to try to have the least amount of bubbles. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you that you're not going to have any bubbles. It takes quite some time to get used to that. Sometimes I have it and sometimes I don't. I want to push too hard, because last time I did this finger, it oozed. Okay, so it's on there a little crooked, and I don't think I can actually move it. If I can move it, that might be a good thing. Another thing is file these at your own risk with no powder on them. Okay, I wouldn't go higher than a 180 grit, but just like right now, how I have it on crooked, I'm not going to try and file that and see if I can fix it until I actually get powder on it. One side, it just kind of ate away at it. Like I said, maybe it was too high of a grit. And the other side, it rolled up like a fruit roll up. And so I had to pause my video the first time I used these, and I actually had to take it off and put it back on because it was super crooked. I might be able to get away with that. That's not too bad. Okay, so I know I need to turn it more this way. Let's try this again. Okay, so like I said, I'm not used to not having any nails on. It sounds kind of awkward to put them on my left hand. And I am right-handed, so this should have been easier. It's not that it's difficult, it's just the placement of where you put the nail. And then with recording, I know I want you guys to see some stuff, but the problem is then I can't see. Okay, so that's why I didn't record at an angle today. Okay, so let me know if you guys would prefer that I record at an angle so you can see more of what I'm doing, and then I will try to kind of work with having it closer, because when I do that, it's tilted more towards me, my phone, and the ring light. And so that gives me less space to do this part. And then also it'll be like the light's almost like right in your face. I don't know if that's enough. If it's not enough, the good thing is pull it off while it's wet, okay? Don't do the light part. Okay, so as I go into the rest of the products, I think I need a little bit more. Then I will tell you the updates about those things that you guys need to know. I think like basics, just things I've learned along the way, because like I said, I'm a beginner. If you're a beginner, if you've never done your nails, you might be doing your nails with me right now. You might be further than I am. I'm super careful, and because I know that you will have to take it off if you mess up. Okay, me and my shaping only went so far. I don't know if I want to tap first and then go. Okay, I'm gonna trust that this light is gonna come on when I tap it. Okay, so very careful. If I get quiet, I'm just focusing. Okay. That's the problem with trying to see if it's on straight, is if you lift up, you gotta start all over. And then you create bubbles. You know what? I don't like that. And the worst part about it is it's already on my finger, the thicker builder gel, but I'm gonna try, because I actually managed to do that with no bubbles. I'm gonna have to push a little harder. Let me slide my thumb out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit more, try, let's see. And that's why I tried to curve that out, because I need space for my hand. Okay, I see that there was a bubble down there. I'm pushing a little bit harder to put more pressure down by my cuticle area. Luckily, it didn't ooze from underneath. Okay, I believe I should be able to let go now. And it's crooked too. I don't know what it is about not having nails on my right hand, but that's not bad. I'm not gonna even complain about that. Okay, middle finger, here we go. But yeah, so that's all I can think of for these products I'm currently using right now that we have within our camera view. I don't think there's anything else much to tell you guys about them. And take your time. Don't rush. Okay, speaking from experience, you can see if you're not careful, what can happen. I might even have to stand up so I can look over. You know what? Let me try that. Okay, I'm gonna see what I can see if I'm looking straight down. Because I started actually turning the light on before I got it there. But knowing what happens after that, like I said, 2 to 3 seconds, I had stopped doing that. So I would say just whatever's easier for you, but obviously the first things first is just knowing your size. And then I like these. That's the other thing I forgot to tell you guys, because I can just put them right on there. Usually part of the prep of the actual fake nail itself is shaping the cuticle area. Oh, and this thicker builder gel, I'm talking fast because it got hot. It gets hot. And I think that's because like it's curing on. And so just pull your hand away from the light, or if your hand's in the lamp, pull your hand out of the lamp, turn your hand upside down and put your hand back in. But yeah, fair warning, it will heat up. I'm talking about, like I said, not warm, hot. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna hold it down because it feels like it's pulling up. And push a little hard because I know it's on straight. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stand up to put these on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so go ahead and sit down for a second so I can get this on here. It feels weird having them on after purposely not wearing them for 3 weeks. I just didn't feel like doing them. Oh, let me turn that off. Okay. Another thing I noticed about these are, I totally forgot to tell you guys. I jumped right past it. This is why I want to write some of this stuff down. Okay, so not only are these the natural nails, like I said, because I don't have that high of an apex, these are the straight, let's see, not straight, I'm sorry, square nails. And there's something close to, if you've ever seen the square tapered nails, they're close. If they're not considered tapered, I would have to say they are pretty close. The tapered square nails are straight. And then obviously, I mean, coffin goes at an angle, right? When it gets towards the tip, it gets a little bit thinner. But when I say straight, I mean down along the edge, the sides of the nail. Okay, so I would consider these tapered square, even though they only call them square online. Okay, so that might not be enough, but then again, my index finger is not that big. Okay. So yeah, maybe standing up will help you. But yeah, I think I was talking about the shaping of the cuticle area. I did not have to do that. Mine are not as round. And so I thought that was kind of cool that I was able literally to just glue these right on. And then, oh, that's what I was telling you guys. Okay, so these are not as long as their other square nails that I have, that I've seen. Like they have a Press IT kit. This is the Press X, like X-Men kit. And I believe those other nails are longer, but I think they don't even have them anymore. Ooh, super straight. Okay, last one, let's do the thumb. And then, so yeah, if you like them longer, this is kind of pretty much what you're going to get. And so that's the other thing. And then also, if you like to have them thick, like I prefer to have them thick. I know they say, oh, if you do the apex area right, you know, with your monomer and your powder, then that's where the support is. And so you don't have to make the powder that thick. You know, talking about if you're using half cover nails, there are some nail techs that will say, there are some people that will say that, you know, making it thicker doesn't keep it from breaking as much, like if you hit your hands. But I have found when I was having half cover tips done at the nail shop that I preferred to have thick powder. And so that's the other thing I want to tell you guys is if you like that, like I do, then the dip method, whether you're dipping your finger in the powder or whether you're going to use a spoon that you're gonna see me use, then this might not be, you know, for you. And I totally understand because I miss the thick powder. It was just, to me, I know what that guy said in that video, but it just, they felt stronger to me. But these nails are, that's the other thing about them. They don't bend very easy. So if you like nails that are more flexible, then you might not like these nails, but I like that. And I think that's what helped them not like get loose or pop off when I hit them. Okay, so my chair, as you know, is behind me. So if I'm standing kind of funny, it's because I'm trying to push it backwards so that I can see because the thumb's bigger. And don't worry if what I'm noticing is when I painted this on there, it has little bubbles. But when you start to push down, some of them go away. Possibly all of them. Let's see, that's kind of, no, gotta go a little bit more to the right. I need to see the tip of my finger. Okay, I think that's it. Okay. Hopefully that's straight. I'll move more of my thumb. It's heating up. Oh my gosh. But I know it has to stay under there for the whole 30 seconds. I think I can let go now. Ooh, that's straight too. Okay, so maybe I should hold on to this a little bit longer. I did pretty good. I actually didn't do too bad. I get kind of nervous when I record anyway, especially since I'm not a professional, you know. But yeah, okay, so here it is. And then the other thing about the I'm gonna put this on 30 seconds. So not polished lamps are preset to 30 seconds when you switch them on. And you probably can't see it. So if you've never seen a not polished lamp before, they come, I believe, in a color called ivory. And this is called chrome red. The MP lights up, I like that. And like I said, when you turn it on, you should be able to see it. Hopefully it's not flickering. It doesn't flicker in person. But like I said, it's preset to 30, okay? But yeah, just make sure you follow the charging instructions like when you first get it. Okay, so I know that 30 is usually considered to be a half cure, like the 10 seconds, but for these nails, 30 seconds is considered a full cure. Okay, so yeah, now I can kind of focus a little bit while I have this hand in here. Okay, so other things that I like are that, you know, with half cover tips, you have to get good at shaping. I got pretty good at shaping on the sides, but not too much at the top. And so I try to cut these as even as I can so I don't have to do any shaping at the top, because the last thing I want to do is look at my hands like this and then they're crooked going this way, especially if they glued on crooked when I put them on. Okay, so that's my other thing, is I try to stay away from a hand file. Okay, so I'm going to actually close this. We don't need this anymore. You push and hold the button and it turns off. Okay, I'm gonna need this later, so I'm gonna leave this the way I have it bent, but I'm gonna move it out of the way. Okay, so this is the part of my video where you're gonna see me getting up, and I kind of just have to, because now we're gonna clip them. And I'm gonna keep the camera rolling. I'm gonna get my nail clipper. Yeah, so like I said, on this part, I also, my hair's gonna get all frizzy. Okay. Yeah, I try to come as straight as I can. So if I get quiet, I'm just focusing, because I'm not trying to have to take a file to go across the tip. And I'm debating. One, I'm debating on taking this off, pausing and taking this off, because I don't like how this is. And I don't think if I put powder on it still, I can get it straight. Yes, this hurts a little bit for me to do this. Hopefully I'm not making this too loose. Okay, let me try that one more time and let me see. I might have to put my hand back on for just like 10 seconds, because it actually is moving just a little bit. I should have done this before I put my hand in that lamp, but it wasn't moving at first. There's bubbles down there. This one's probably gonna come loose. Oh my gosh, I hope it's not while we're out. We're gonna take a trip to London. We were there overnight to transfer back to Jersey. And so I didn't get to see any of London at all, except for like the freeway and stuff. But now I'm going to get to see some of the things there, you know, Buckingham Palace, things like that. And I think there's Windsor Palace, right? And then Stonehenge. Don't laugh at me, but I did not know the Stonehenge was in London. I never looked it up. And so, yeah, I'm excited about that. I've always wanted to go see that. And I don't think it's on the list of the 8 wonders of the world anymore, but I think it should be. And what I'm trying to decide while I'm talking is how short I want them. Because I used to have them longer than this. And as you can see, look, I just want to show you guys before I even do any cutting. This is what you are going to get for length. Okay, so if you want them longer, okay, hopefully you guys can see that. I know they're clear. Then, I don't know, you might want to pick a different shape. Okay, so I do want to tell you guys, I believe whether it's natural coffin or maybe even sculpted coffin, okay, if like I said, if your apex here is more of an arch, those are longer, I think. Okay, so if you don't mind the coffin shape, okay, not all of these nails are, if you consider this short, not all of them are this short. All right, so, oh my goodness. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I like them the length that they are. And I had a little piece I wanted to show you guys, but I don't even think you guys will be able to see it. Okay, so there is something that I'm clipping off. Let me show you guys real quick while I'm trying to decide the length, because I'm debating on leaving them. Yeah, this is the only part that I had not decided was how long to make them. Okay, so everything else is going to go a little bit smoother, a little bit faster. But I think it was, yes, this is a perfect one. This is the one. Okay. So, and there's actually two here. Good thing, after a while, it's like muscle memory. You could probably not have your nails on for like a month or two and still be able to function after you put them back on. Okay, see that piece sticking up? Not all of these have it. Okay, some of them is what I call like a little ball. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. And so it literally will be kind of round, and it won't be as extreme as this, but this was a good one to show you guys. When I clip, that's what I'm clipping off, and that's one of the reasons why I go ahead and clip them, even if I want them the same length. And I've never left them the same length, so I've only used these one time. Okay, so I'm pushing out of the way because I think if I keep that back there, it's actually gonna mess up with the focus. Okay, so the pinky is always one, oh, wrong way. I have to remember, if I were doing my nails, this is the front, this is the back. And so if I was sitting over there, right, then I would be able to see the front, and the person cutting my nails would see the back. So that's the way I cut, is front facing me. And you know what? Maybe it won't be as crooked when I cut it. Okay, I'm gonna go for half off. Let me see if we can get it down where I can see it. I gotta scoot back. And I would have to say, you can always cut more. So if you're not used to them being that long, it's kind of at an angle. Okay, let me see if I can get it to where it cuts straight. My hands are shaking. Okay, I gotta get it to stop shaking, because what I'm gonna try and do is actually just get it straight. Like I said, if I can keep from taking the hand files to this, I will. Just the tip. I am not messing with that. Look. See how straight that is? Yeah, I'm not playing with a hand file today. You guys are not going to see me use one. And it's back to being kind of straight, so I'm happy. Let's see here. Okay, so... And I don't know if standing up helps. No. I feel like I don't have as much control. Okay, so I'm going to hold it straight. And I'm going to clip just the tip first. How much of the tip did I clip? Let me see. I'm like, that's looking kind of short. I don't want them shorter than that. Okay, so I'm only going to clip just a little bit of the tip here. Oh, and there's some of it stuck in here. There we go. The middle finger is always the hardest because I have long fingers. And so even if the nail is not longer, it appears to be. Okay, not too bad, especially since this is my first hand. It's the next hand that you're gonna find where you're gonna be, for me at least personally, I get kind of nervous because I'm like, now I have to match it up. I'm gonna do just the tip first. And do this, let that fall out. Okay, a little shorter, just a little. Give me a second, I gotta focus. Okay, that wasn't too much, and I feel like it was. I was looking at the middle finger, but like I said, I remember that it's longer, and I don't know if that actually even works. If I can actually bend it and get my finger down. Yeah, no, it's not going to be the same. That's a bit short. If I was using monomer, I could make up for that. And it's on so straight, you guys. Okay. So that would just mean I'm going to leave the pinky alone. A little bit more off the ring finger to kind of make up for what I just did. I mean, just the tip. Okay, and a little, I mean, just a little off the middle. I kind of squeeze a little bit to see if I start feeling it bend. Hold it straight. And if I do, then I cut. Okay, I'm actually gonna have to cut a little bit, just a little bit more, because I didn't feel a grip. My middle finger is being stubborn. Let me see if I can get that little piece of nail out. It's the right side of this nail. Yep, I'm gonna have to, because if not, I'm gonna have to take a file to it, and I might not be able to get it as straight as I want it. Okay, now I think I made my middle finger too short. But it is awfully close to the ring finger. That means the pinky has to be a little bit shorter. So like I said, yeah, this part you're gonna take your time. This is gonna be a long video. Good thing I have my phone plugged up to the charger. Okay, a little bit shorter and a little bit straighter. Okay, I'm not going any shorter than that because that's shorter than what I want. Now my thumb. If my thumb is not the correct length that I want, that's where I'm like really not happy. So I'm gonna start really long and just keep working my way down. A little shorter. And because we're traveling and flying and all that stuff like that, I may actually thank myself later for this, for it being shorter than what I wanted. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little shorter. I'm going a little bit at a time. It looks so awkward if my thumb is too short. But believe me, doing this in the beginning saves a lot in the long run. I think this is the last time. No, because they only got the edges. Okay. It's only catching the left edge here. And I'm like, but if I go any shorter, that's as short as I want it. That's, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's kind of short for me. Okay, so like I said, I might thank myself later pulling luggage, picking it up, getting it up there in the top of the, airplane when I sit down and stuff like that. So I like to clean up as I go. Okay. And so I'm going to go dump this off. And then I think I forgot to tell you guys that I use, because I ended up starting my video over twice. I don't know if I told you guys, I use 70% alcohol. I don't use 91% alcohol anymore. Okay, so now we're gonna do the dip method. So let me move the stuff out of the way. I guess it's all clear. And I'm just gonna go pick up the powder. So right here, so I'm not gonna pause. I'm trying to figure out where to set this. Okay, so I saw this nail tech use the spoons, and I always give a shout out to her. So when I sit down, like I said, look, I wrote everything down. Okay, so that was the only thing about the video that was going to take a little bit longer, was just the length. Maybe next time I'll leave them. But then I also have to think about driving because we have to drive to the airport as well, and it's not close. Okay. And I already, like I said, since I had started the video already, that's how I have everything kind of laid out. And then the last thing I'm going to need, it's not very often that I use 5 colors, so each finger will have a different powder. But I kind of decided to do that. And then you need brushes. So this is going to be for, I said, my glow powder. And with not polished, the glow powders do not have polishes to them. Okay, and that's how I was going to use this. I know this is super extreme. This brush and the other ones you're going to see, I got them from Walmart in the cosmetic section. Okay, so I said, where's cotton candy? Right here. And then, let's see. Not this one. This one came with the first drill I bought. I said I was going to use this one, not for Maxed Out, for the other bright color. One of my Melons. And then this one, La La Land is actually going to be this brush. And so, oh, I thought I had extra brush. This is going to be for Maxed Out. Maxed Out's the lightest of the powders. Okay, and I don't use orange very often, so that's why I'm going to use the orange brush for that. But yeah, you get 2 pink, I think 2 orange, 2 blue, I think 1 purple or something like that in that box. And I would show it to you guys, but I have what I took the brushes out of on top of the box. Okay, so maybe I'll show it to you guys a little bit later. Okay, so they have 2 different bases. Okay, so you want to use the one that says the 2 on it. Okay, so you'll probably hear me refer to it as step 2 base. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's strong. Yeah, sometimes you'll smell it right away when you open it. Sometimes you won't smell it at all. And so it kind of picks and chooses when it just wants to like smack you all up in the face. And yeah, so sometimes your eyes burn, your nose burn, and sometimes nothing. You'll be fine. Okay, and then also what I'm going to do, the other video, I got like over halfway through my left hand and realized you're supposed to do the cures at 60 seconds. And so I had it on 30, forgetting that the third button was 60. Okay, so I'm going to turn it off. And then I'm going to check and see, make sure it's preset to 60 now because we're going 60 seconds from now on. Okay, so yeah, see it's at 60. I don't know if you guys saw that. But yeah, I was at 30. And you need it at 60. Okay, so things about this base. Like I say, every time I touch a product, I'll try and remember to tell you guys the updates for that. Okay, so for those of you who have not watched any of the videos, we'll start with my pinky first. And the pinky, let's see, we're doing the left hand. I almost did the right hand powder colors and stuff. I even put the gems down on here, or the charms. Okay, so we're going to start with my pinky. And I wrote it thumb to pinky for both. I should have wrote it the way my hand is. Okay, so cotton candy. This is one of my Melons. Like I said, just in case I forgot, I might be repeating myself, but in the description box, I will put the color of the powder, the finger, and the hand. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys the powders first. Okay, so this is cotton candy. I'm going to go ahead and take the tops off. Be careful, you get a lot. Okay, that's really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to get in closer because my camera will start doing some crazy focusing. And you'll see, if you're wondering, does it dry that bright? No, I would have to say, sadly to say. I wish it dried brighter, but if I remember correctly, it dries a little bit darker than that. Okay, so I just took off, that was OMG 32 La La Land. Wasn't too fond of it when I used it. I was hoping it would be brighter, but I like the glitter and the little octagons in it. This next one is, I believe this might be the glow, or is this Maxed Out? Yeah, this is called Maxed Out, and it's a pretty color. Okay. If it has an M or an OG, there's usually a matching polish to it, a duo set of gel and regular polish. And they don't sell their polishes separate. But so how do you save money ordering from them? This is G12 Glow. What is that? I can just look at the spoon. I'm so silly. Getters. Okay, Glow Getters. And this one, I'm going to activate it. Okay, so they said take the top off. and put it in the light. Let's see if it's heavy enough to keep it on because it's censored. No, I'm not to push the button. Hit one. You're gonna hear me count most of the time. 2, 3. Okay, so there's also a 90-second button on that lamp. So it has 10, 30, 60, and 90 seconds. Okay, for their lamps. But yeah, I can't remember how long they said to leave that in there, but they did say to take the top off, and they did say to leave the bottom on there so that it reflects back up the same way it does when you put your hand in there to help it, in this case, activate it better. Some of the powders you have to do this. So what's my favorite glow powder? G14 Flash Mob is really pretty. The powder looks like a cross between almost like a light purple. It might even look white to you, but it's like light purple, and it glows purple, and it glows all different, I want to say, shades of purple. Well, yeah, shades of purple and brightness. So you can be like out, let's say in a garage with the garage door closed, and it'll still glow. Okay, so that one I didn't have to activate it all, and I did not know that you were supposed to activate their glow powders. So that one, it just glowed from the beginning. And obviously I'm going to put my hand in the lamp. Let's do this one more time. As I'm letting the step 2 base dry, or helping it dry. And so I thought that it just glowed because my hand wasn't limp. I didn't know this was supposed to be a step prior, okay, for some of them. And the one called $200 Dates, I can't remember what number that is, what number, but I found that it just, even after I activate the powder, it just didn't glow. And it's also pink. That's what I'm telling you guys about. If you love pink, it's pink. I think it's a darker pink when it dries. And if you don't mind the darker pink, the thing is, it's the glowing part. Okay, so try activating it first. And fair warning, it may not even glow that much then. But okay, yes, so updates while we're doing this. Okay, so step 2 base air dries. Okay, I keep this in my backpack, wrapped up in bubble wrap. How would you say? I won't say it doesn't dry out. Okay, but in comparison to nail glue, it's been pretty consistent with not drying out. It is, I would have to say, the best thing I found to glue on half cover tips. If you're going to glue on your charms, it glows a white cloudy color. Okay, so if you push down your charm and if it oozes from underneath, remember it's air drying, and it's going to dry like that, and you're going to be able to see it, and you're going to be mad because if all that happened is the charm popped off of your nail, then how do you get that off? How do you get the color of it off? Okay, so it does not dry clear. Okay, and then I heard a click. I was hoping that wasn't my AC. My AC sounds like 2 jets when it's running, and so I thought that was clicking on. This one is, I believe, Water My Melons. Yeah, this is Water My Melons. And I haven't found one yet. This one, it's pretty bright when you top coat it, but not as bright as I wanted it. You might see it and say, how much more brighter did you want it? But yeah, okay, so be careful with this. Whatever you stick on with it, whether it's a half cover nail, whether it is a charm, it's going to be stuck on there. Okay, literally within 5 to 10 seconds, this stuff actually dries to where you can go on about your business and not have to worry about, let's say, like I said, the half cover tip, let's say it kind of came off here. The powder's still here in your natural nail. Of course, the half tip came off with its powder on top. So you're able to actually put it back together like a little puzzle and glue it back, at least until you get home. Okay, to, of course, half cover nails, you have to probably do everything all over again. That's what I like about full cover. If it comes off, glue it back on. Prep if you want to, your natural nail. And if you don't want it to, then that's the other thing. Like if I didn't want them to stick on as well, then when they come off, sometimes I don't re-prep my nail. I don't even try to see if there's any cuticle. I literally just take the thicker builder gel and glue it back on. And sometimes on some of the fingers, I did re-prep. Okay, I don't know if I did the cuticle area part, but I did do the dehydrator, the primer, and then the glue. Okay, but if you don't want them to stick on that much, just maybe you can do like I did and glue them back on. So that's the other thing I want to tell you guys. Okay, if you're like me and you feel like more of a press-on type thing going on. Okay, so the reason why you're going to see me paint this as even as you can, especially if you're doing half cover tips, or else you're going to find yourself having to use your drill or your hand file to even out the powder. That's the other thing I like about full cover tips is if you paint it on pretty evenly here, you could just start right from the cuticle area. And as long as the nail surface is wet, the powder should stick. Step 2 base is formulated for the dip. So their powders are a 2-in-1. And so it dries sticky. That's the other thing. Okay, so we said, what was this supposed to be? Left hand, cotton candy. Okay, cotton candy's here. Spoons. My spoons are labeled. Why am I looking everywhere? The dip method is messy also. Maybe not as messy as if you use, double checking one last time, as if you use the dip method of dipping your finger into the powder. But yeah, you're gonna get powder on your surface. Okay, so I just bought the purple pad you see here. The other side I think is cotton. And the problem with using that side is that if one of your charms falls on there or even a nail falls on there, it sticks. And so it's not that it won't come off. You just find yourself fighting it. And then the little fibers from that side actually will be like on your tweezers or on your, maybe your charm or something like that. Then you got to get it off. It's kind of like, if it is a cotton, it acts just like cotton balls. Okay, tap that. Okay, so the next finger is the ring finger. It's maxed out, and maxed out should be the lighter of the two. Again, I'm gonna probably keep forgetting that my spoons are right there. What I found was, my brush is in the way, is that using these spoons, I just bought a box of 100 from Walmart. The thing about using them is that you might find that they're kind of big. And so if you'll notice, I'm using the tip of the spoon to try and put it on there. And I'm hungry, so I did not know my stomach was going to start growling. I guess I'm hungrier than I thought. Like I said, just take your time, paint this on as even as you can, because the last thing you want to have to do is to use a drill. And no, I do not know what happens if you use a drill on top of these nails. Okay, so like I said, if you, for whatever reason, use your drill over the nails, especially without powder on them, I have no clue what will happen. But if you do it this way, you shouldn't have to anyway. If you're used to using monomer, then you might get into a situation to where, like I said, and only reason why I could think you would have to do that is if it's too thick in one area. Okay, so this is maxed out. Here's my spoon. But yeah, so I don't know what will happen. I would say just be careful. And then don't worry about the powder that's getting on your finger. By the time, well, you're not going to wash your hands. That's the other thing. So another tip that I found out, which I probably should have started with if I had remembered, but at least I remembered now, is that you want to do everything that makes you have to wash your hands before you do your nails. Okay, I know this seems kind of obvious, but sometimes you just honestly forget. Okay, so if you're going to clean, obviously you're going to do that before. Anything that will make you have to, like I said, get your hands wet at all, showering, anything like that. One person on one video that I saw advised at least 3 hours prior. If you can keep from doing anything that will cause you to have to wash your hands. And I told you guys, I'm clumsy. So I'm so happy that the top was still in there. But yeah, literally this is it. Just paint it on as even as you can. And some powders you'll find that you actually will let your finger sit there for about 10 to 15 seconds, kind of let the base air dry a little bit. And some powders you will find that the minute you get finished putting on the base, you want the surface as wet as possible. So you have to put the powder on right away. And if I don't think I have enough, and if I don't think it's even enough, I just kind of go back over it. And I try to be really careful not to get it onto my fingers, because then the powder will stick there. And then if that happens, I just use, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I use that safety bit from that McCart nail set or a drill bit set. I'm losing my voice. Excuse me. Like I said, I started recording. Let me move that out of the way. And I redid the video over. So this is like video 3, actually. Okay, so we're going to do the glow is for the middle. And then this is the maxed out, right? I know I have that spoon there, but the problem is, it's not that they're close in color. It's just that this is the only finger that I have for glow. And so I want to make sure that I get it right. I'm going to put a little charm on here that kind of looks like the Eiffel Tower, since we might go over to Paris for a couple of days. I always want to see the Eiffel Tower. And I was doing some research on it. And it's, let me see, I'm going to have to stand up so I can see the other side of my finger. And it's really tall. And I think you can go on an elevator and up to the top. And I'm not so sure I want to do that. But then again, you know, why waste the chance? I'm afraid of heights. That's why I don't know if I want to go up there. But I believe, okay, so I might be wrong, but I think, let's see if I got this right. The Washington Monument, I think, is like 550 something feet tall. And the Eiffel Tower is like 447 feet taller than the Washington Monument. So it's almost like 1,000 feet tall. It might actually even be a little over 1,000. And so that's why I'm nervous about even going up there. Okay, so that was middle. Now we're doing ring. I'm having to read what I consider backwards, because like I said, I didn't write it the way my hand is. I should have put thumb over here. Okay, so this one's going to be the OMG La La Land. And I forgot. Can't put that on if I don't have that there. But yeah, so I'm kind of nervous. But I mean, I guess why miss the opportunity? So I can't say I'm going to have to get over it. I'm not that person that believes like if you face your fears and, you know, a little at a time that you kind of just aren't as scared. No, I don't believe that. I'm shaking. At least, not for me. If I'm scared of something, I'm scared. Okay, so I don't even know how I go up in a plane, because that's how afraid of heights I am, and I get dizzy. I almost pass out. So hopefully we won't get closer to the top, because if you ever even seen it on TV, then you know, like, there's like not really walls, I guess you can say, to where you just come out at the top and then can walk to the edge. So I don't know what to expect. Okay, let's see how this goes on. I think the fact that this went on just a little bit crooked is what's gonna make up for it is these glitter and little shapes inside here. But yeah, for the step 2 base, I believe that's it. So like I said, we'll do a recap just in case I forgot anything. So it air dries within a matter of 10 to 15 seconds, and then you probably just want to give it a good 30, maybe 60. So like I said, it will save you a lot if you have a nail fixture you need to do, whether you're fixing the nail or whether you're putting a charm back on. And then so far as gluing on a full cover nail, I've never tried it, so I can't tell you how that would work. If you should try that, but it is very sticky, and a good thing is it air dries. So if you don't have a lamp, that's a good thing. The lamp, I've found, just helps it dry faster. That's why I keep sticking my hand in the lamp. It's not curing it, so the lamp does not cure the step 2 base. That's the other thing. And then, like I said, also remember, it dries a white cloudy color. So if you don't want that to show, then I just honestly, me personally, I wouldn't use it for anything where it's going to show. So we're at the thumb, and that's water my melons. I think what I'm seeing is like a big air bubble down there. I don't think I put enough of that, what do you call that? The builder gel. I probably should have put just a little bit more on the thumb. So I'm really hoping that these last the whole trip. And I'm gonna take that light. I'm gonna take the cord that you need to charge it. And then I'm not gonna take the base because I'll have my husband there. And so I'll be able to have him like hold it while I put whatever I need to put back on. So I think I'm probably gonna take, of course I'm taking this with me, the Step 2 base. And then the thicker builder gel. Yeah. Let's see, spoon here. But yeah, I just mark these. But that's another thing before I forget, with a permanent marker, but the thin tip. I was using the regular tip markers to mark these spoons, and it got harder to write. Like you do your A's, your O's, kind of blend together the ink. And so I remembered that they make thin tip permanent markers, and so I got that, and that solved that problem. Especially if you're not used to having to write that small to be able to label your spoons. If you want to, use the spoons, left up to you. I just find it's easier for me. I like the fact that I can kind of take my time. And I don't really have to worry. I don't remember if I turned that to 30 seconds for something. I don't think I did. No, I see a 6. Can't hold into my chair. It's got wheels on it. Okay, so yeah, but that's the thing about the Step 2 base. Like I said, I don't think there's anything else. Like I said, as the powders, as you saw, they're really full. And then what else? What else am I forgetting? That should be it. That should be it for the updates. Like I said, if you've never seen any of my nail videos, or if you've never seen any nail videos, okay, these are just things that I learned along the way. And I think what I'm going to do is in the description box, I'll probably put some of this stuff, because I know that it wasn't as structured as I wanted, the delivery of my information. And so I'm going to just put it there. Since it takes a little bit of focus, then I get kind of sidetracked when I'm doing this. So just kind of work with me. But yeah, I think I'll put that down in there so you guys know what to expect about this base. Don't forget that it air dries. That's the main thing. It's just don't forget that it air dries. I don't care what you use this for to stick something on. If it has to do with your hands, yeah, then don't forget. Okay, even if you plan on putting your hand in the light. So what's gonna happen, and I can't remember. I don't know why I can't remember if I actually brush. No, I don't, because there's base. So I literally just brush off over my paper towel. Ooh. Why do my melons kind of looks like it has glitter in it? I don't know. So this is the messy part. This is where, obviously it's left up to you if you're going to do this method. Do you brush back off in your bottle or don't you? It's left up to you. And I'm not brushing too hard. Don't worry if you brush it and it looks like you didn't put any powder on at all. Okay, don't panic. Because remember, you're going to do it again to your liking. And then if you found that the base didn't go on as even as you thought it did, what I'm doing right now, because I'm seeing that's one of the first times this has happened, I'm brushing a little bit harder in that area to kind of smooth it out. And as you can see so far, look, see? So where you get a mess here, you kind of make up for that on your hands of less mess. Yeah, see, a lot of the OG32 came off. The sequences. That's the part I wanted. So I'm going to try not to brush that too hard, but you want to get, I would say, as much of the excess powder off as you can before you go back and do it again. And then obviously, the more layers you do, the darker it is. I know this brush is super extra in size. And like I said, I'm brushing just really lightly here. I'm actually surprised that the powder is coming off my finger, but then again, there was like nothing on there to make it stick, so okay. Now we're gonna go to the second layer because I know that there's something that I want to tell you guys about the second layer. And then also I'm debating on if I'm gonna do one whole finger. I might do that. Okay, and then pause and then literally finish this hand, do my whole right hand, and then come back so that we can decorate our nails. That's usually what I do. But I usually go to the second layer in a couple fingers for several reasons. Okay, so for one, some of the powder, even if it's bright, or I should say, I guess it being bright might be part of it. And the fact that the nail is clear, it's gonna look like either A, there's no powder there, or it's just gonna be, like I said, with a kind of see-through look. And so the thing about the second layer to try to remember is you want to make sure that you get the whole nail wet. And I know that seems kind of obvious, but you'll look and think, that's kind of hard. This is what I get for not redoing this before 3 weeks. I have to get used to holding my hand all crazy again to do it. But yeah, just make sure that it's wet. So after a while, you'll be able to tell if that's a part that's missing powder, or was it just kind of thin in that area, or if you didn't get any base on the second time. And usually what I go off of is, and usually I do more than one finger at a time. So if you wanted to, like, you could go to like a second and third finger. But since I had those updates, I felt like it was just easier for me to just go finger by finger. And then you just pick, if you want to do this faster, let's say you're pressed for time. Let's say you don't have time to take the time I'm taking. Then I found sometimes finishing each finger, not to the top coat part, but just to the part where I have on all my layers of powder that I want. I actually found sometimes it was easier to do that. I can't tell if that's wet or not, so I had a little glob there. I didn't want to leave that there. Okay, so I'll do 2 fingers. Okay, so I remember my colors are backwards. This is a spoon for this. Water My Melons and Cotton Candy look a little similar. Water My Melons is a brighter powder. Let's see, pinky cotton. So I almost picked up the wrong spoon. And then I just take those cans that you get like when you want to clean off your keyboard. I know that sounds kind of awkward. Oh, and also be careful not to touch your finger, especially if you're using half cover tips, because it'll leave an indentation there. And then, like I said, you find yourself becoming best friends with your drill to smooth it out. There is a hand file that is one of my favorites. And if I have time, maybe I'll show it to you guys. It's from Young Nails. Both sides are the same grit, but the smoothing side, the gray side, magic. Okay. Especially if you're doing half cover tips and you get to a situation where you have to smooth out the surface, because you want the surface smooth for when you top coat, or else then that is going to have that higher part right there as well. And then that's where you're going to have your problem at. Okay, so what was this one? Maxed Out. I almost forgot. Yeah. I almost forgot that I put the base on there. So hopefully it didn't dry too much. And if it did, I'm in the third layer anyway. The third layer, and like I said, the rest of it, the top coating, is the part that you guys don't see. So like I said, I might finish one whole nail. And I think my thumb. Maybe I'll do that one. Because usually what I do is, like I said, since I usually paint the base on more than one finger, sometimes I'll go 3 fingers. And then do the powder, and then go on the lamp, and then do the rest. Okay, so now, kind of speed things up a little bit. Let's see. I'm trying to decide, do I want to go second layer here, or do I want to finish one? Okay, so my thumb, I don't know what happened. I'm going to do my thumb. My thumb, usually I do it separate anyway. So, especially since I got to put those in for 60 seconds anyway. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to finish the whole thumb, even with the stain resistant top coat, which is, this is my second time using it. And it's not as thick as Gloss It, just in case I forget. Gloss It is also from Not Polished. So yeah, I don't want to forget to tell you guys that. Thin layers, trust me. Because if it is too thick, like when you cure it, oh my goodness. You have to cure it a lot. Like if you do 2 60 seconds, that might not even be enough. Okay, and I'm not even quite sure what happened to this nail. But yeah, we're gonna do this whole one, and then I'll pause, and then, like I said, we'll come back and decorate. Because next time you guys see me, my hands will be finished with this part and the top coating. But yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is 60 seconds 3 times. Okay, so the thumb is water my melons. That's this powder here. And we're just gonna go ahead and just keep doing this until I get to what I want to get it to. And then sometimes the powder floats up. So like I said, if you have to stand up to see what you're doing, it's probably better. Because especially, like, I don't know if you've ever used a, what is that called? Dust collector. I always want to call it an air vent because it looks like one, but a dust collector. If you've ever used that when you're like drilling or something like that on your nails, then you're used to the powder not floating up towards your face. So that's the other thing about the dip method, is that part. And then some of these colors, this is the first time I've used them. I forgot to tap off here. Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do. If these were colors I had used before, I could tell you guys. And I know that I forgot my middle finger and my index finger. Okay, so let me see if I can get my hand in there a little bit more. I have to be careful, like I said. I do kind of wish that their lamp was a little bit longer going this way. But I do appreciate the width because you can kind of just comfortably put your hand in and spread it out. You don't have to like have your fingers close together, which would be hard to do anyway. But I do honestly wish that they would make a lamp that was, I would say maybe they might have to make it 2 inches longer because it curves in the back. So yeah, because I've seen some lamps that are pretty big. But yeah, so I want you guys to see with the stain resistant, and then we'll get to see what happens by the time we come back and decorate if it runs. Okay, so what happens is, okay, so you paint it on. You know you didn't get it on your finger. You cure 60 seconds the first time. You cure 60 seconds the second time. You go on about your day, right? Your whole hand is finished. It's all cured. It's all done. Well, let's say 2 to 3 hours later, maybe sometimes the next day, you'll look at your hand, and it'll look like you painted the top coat, especially like the gloss coat, onto your fingers. And so first it was like, well, maybe you need a new battery. Then it was, you know what? maybe your lamp is not curing all the way. Maybe not all the bulbs are turning on all the way. So they sent me another lamp, and then they were trying to decide in the meantime, like if I was going to have to send back my old lamp so they can kind of take a look at it and see what was wrong with it. But yeah, okay, so we did that finger too, right? Where's my brush at? So that happened. So now I have two lamps, one with a new battery and one completely new. That's this one. But I'm going to cure 3 times 60 seconds and see what happens. But first we have to find out why Water My Melons is not wanting to stay on. I know you're going to say, well, you're brushing it, but yeah, but some of it is supposed to stick. I know some of it's going to come off, but like a lot of it's coming off more than what I expected. And I'm literally not brushing that hard. I mean, you want to see what's going to come off, but still, I don't know why, unless, I wonder if I got any on my shirt. No. I'll stand up and take a look in a second. What made it look like I didn't put any on half of the nail? That was weird. I did not expect to look up and see that. Okay, let me get this back over here. Okay, so, yep. I need this again, but let me paint it. Yeah, I want it to where it looks more solid. So yeah, what I found is that the more layers I'm gonna do, so I put just a little bit more base, and when I say a little, you guys, I mean just a little, because like I said, the last thing you don't want to have happen is that the surface is not wet enough for the powder to stick. Maybe that's what happened. But I've gotten impatient before and put entirely too much. And if you're wondering if angling the finger down some, if it helps me. It may not help you. I don't know if that is something that you want to try, especially like if it's your first time. But the other key thing is just, like I said, to try and be careful with how close your finger is to your powder. Because what happens is, let me wipe this off. What happens is that you end up having more at the tip than you do on the rest of the nail. And like I said, I know I keep saying this, but it is true that if you're using half cover tips, then your drill, like I said, becomes your best friend. It solves a lot of issues. Like if you notice, especially if you've ever been to a shop, you see that some people are skilled enough to make your nails the length that you want them with the drill. Like there's so many different things that you can do with it depending on your drill bit that you use and stuff like that. The grit of the drill bit. So the drill bits do have grits of medium, coarse, and fine. And then usually it'll be color coded. Okay, so I think the companies try to kind of write that back in there. I think they try to kind of be a little, I don't know what word I'm looking for. I don't know if it'd be universal, I think. To where if you buy the drill bits from somebody else, like let's say it has a little red piece around it, then that would be, fine. If it's purple, it might be coarse or something like that. Okay, so, ooh, there's a little spot. I'm gonna tap it and see. I don't know, maybe I'm tapping too much of it off. Before I don't think I was tapping enough. But I'd rather find out if I just missed that spot. I don't know how, because I did put powder there, or if it's not enough base. And honestly, I probably could have done a couple more fingers. But like I said, I want to show you guys the stain resistant and how runny it is. And I at least should have, I wasn't even thinking, I at least should have put on the second coat of those other fingers. Usually by now I'm paused and I'm doing all of this off camera, but I found that sometimes some stuff happens and I end up having to learn how to solve the problem, or it's a problem I've had before. But the problem is you guys don't see it. And so I explain it to you while we're decorating our nails together. And it's a lot easier if I'm explaining it like while it's happening, just in case you encounter the same thing, you know. So I'm kind of happy that I'm still recording. I don't know how long the video is right now, but when I top coat my thumb, I think this might be enough layers. I'm going to put the second layer on here. We need to catch these two fingers up because these are on the 3. Okay, and then this one is looking like, hey, you need more powder. And I'm like, I know. Okay, so, oh, I gotta brush it. That's right. So let's brush it off and see if it can be top coated. And then that'll be good too, because like I said, I'm not curing twice for 60 seconds. I'm going 3 times for the stain resistant top coat, and from now on for the gloss it as well. And the gloss it, just in case you're wondering, is it stain resistant? To me it seems to be, so I wasn't quite sure why they made a stain resistant top coat separate, but maybe the gloss it isn't. But I found it really helps because as you can see, my hair is dyed blue. Trying to decide if I want another layer, especially towards the tip. You know what? Charms are going in here. So no. Okay, let me get the stain resistant top coat. And then I'm going to do these 2 fingers for the second layer. And then maybe that's when I'll pause. But let's see, I'm gonna put the spoon back over here. Everything's kind of close to me. Okay. Careful, very, very careful. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do this last. Let's get this powder on here first, because that, like I said, is not as thick as their gloss it. So we don't want it running. We want to get our hands in the lamp as fast as possible. Okay, so for this only being, what is this? Like I said, the second layer for this finger. It's not too bad. But yeah, no, I thought about it and I was like, nope. And then I found that when I was swatching, number one, I need to top coat the swatches. And also, that with the gloss it, I don't know about the stain resistant, but the more you go over it, let me get this little edge right here real quick. Like the more you brush over it, the more it spreads, which really helps with not having to put more on. And no, if you're wondering, do I gloss coat twice or stain resistant coat twice? No, because both of them are thick enough, especially the gloss it, to where I found that I did not have to do that. Because usually what you would do is you would top coat, cure for 60 seconds, and then top coat again, and then cure for 60 seconds. But I think that was the other problem with, like I said, later on, with it looking like I actually put it on my fingers when I know I didn't get any on there. As you can see, I'm very careful even with this base part. And so I feel like that was too much. And if I was going to do that, I really, really should have cured for 3 times. Okay, so we're doing middle finger first, right? Glow. And then we got to do ring finger is maxed out. Yeah, and off camera, it was so crazy. I zoomed through this hand. Like I said, my right hand was already done. On that other video, I don't know if you guys saw it, that I did. But I mean, like 30 minutes later, believe it or not, this hand was done. I don't think it was more than 45 minutes. Okay, so that's the only thing I can say about standing up is that you would think you could see the tip, but it's facing down. And remember I told you want to kind of be careful not to hit your spoon like on your nail. And I don't know why some powders float up more than the others. Okay, now we need maxed out for the middle finger. Let me put the spoon back. That was glow. Wait a second. Let me back that up. I got really lucky. You know how I keep saying I should have wrote it the way my hand is, thumb here, pinky over there? Okay, so luckily I did the middle finger. That is the glow. My ring finger, and I can clearly see it's this powder. I almost put on the wrong powder. I mean, I'm looking right at it. It took a minute to register, like, why do you see little sequences on your finger? And then that's when I realized that's because that's not maxed out. Okay, so that was a close call. Okay, so now let's top coat the, I wasn't gonna close that, but I'll just leave it. Let me put that out of the way. I'll put it right there because it'll mess with the focus. Ooh, I like that. That definitely needs another coat. And we might go all the way through. Something's telling me I cannot put my hand back in that lamp without putting on. I'll have to remember this is third layer. But I think what's happening is it's getting cured too much. And so I know I said I wasn't going to put any on these fingers, but I have a feeling I'm drying it out too much without putting anything back. So let me go ahead and just do this. You know what? You guys might be with me the whole hand, or at least most of the way. And you know, I think that's what happened. Me and my shirt brushed up against it. But this is why I start with the pinky first. Okay, so we're doing pinky and ring finger. Yeah, I have a feeling. And then you know how, like, I don't know if you've ever gotten your nails done and stopped for a while, or like when you remember the first time you got them done. But my fingers are burning just a little. I want to make sure I mention that. And I don't think it's like anything wrong with their products or anything like that. I think it's the fact that it's been 3 weeks since I've done my nails, like I said. And so just having everything back on. And then, like I said, remember that it will heat up the thicker builder gel. So yeah. Okay, so move out of the way. All right, pinky's over here. Cotton candy's over here. Everything's backwards today. That was entirely too much. It'll come off when I tap it. And I try to actually put it on where it looks even too. I know that seems like that would kind of make sense to do that, but you don't really realize that you're doing that until you've done this. And so if there's some areas where it looks like it needs more powder before you even get to the lamp, I'd say go for it. I am missing that's better than me getting the cuticle part, or the I guess it's actually the skin fold. I mean, okay, so that's there, and then I put, now we're at the ring, yeah, okay. But yeah, like I said, I don't think this can go back into a lamp without, so just give me a second, you guys, to kind of get this on here before we do it. I know I keep saying we're going to top coat, but I don't know what happens, because usually every time my hand goes back in a lamp, at least 3 or no less than 2 of my fingers have powder and base on them. I definitely don't want to, I don't think I can. There's not too much you can do to mess this up. Okay, now we'll top coat. And then those fingers are 3 layers in. So let me take a look at them and see if I want to top coat them. Activator is something else I don't use. Activator makes the top surface hard so that you have to put your hand back in the lamp. And I think you can just go ahead and top coat and then put your hand in the lamp, but I don't use activator. I like to save money and save steps. And then also, if this was half cover tips, you know what? I might be able to top coat 3 fingers. And I'm liking the middle finger with just the 2 layers. I might actually top coat my whole hand. Maybe we just finished. You know what? Because when I top coat it, you can kind of look at it and tell, like, it's left up to you. How solid do you want it to look? And this is actually not looking too bad if I were to leave it like this. Yeah, but yeah, I like to save money. So me and activator, I tried it. It's not that I didn't like it. And then the lighter colors, I did it over, I think it was coconut cream, I think from the chocolate bar set. And I thought either it turned it gray or it took so much of it off. I could see the nail, and the cross between the nail and the coconut cream, I think I'm just kind of inspecting here. I don't want to top coat and then think, oh, I want another layer. That's the glow finger. That's going to have a charm over it anyway. That one, I don't think. It's the thickness. I like it. Yeah. Okay. Everything's good to go. We're going to top coat the whole hand. I am so happy. Before I do, since I have to redo everything all over again, I'll redo that all off camera and then we'll come back. Okay. Especially since I don't know, since I don't know how long I've been recording, but let me go ahead. I like it. Okay. I am going to have to open these back up, but let me put this back on here because I have to actually prep my natural nails on my right hand. I haven't done anything. I don't know why I was going to, well, you know what, just in case. I don't know if it dries out if you leave the top off or open too long. Okay, there. And then what I think I might do, I'm gonna have to get a new paper towel, or else that's gonna be all on the bottom of my drill, is maybe I'll just leave everything where it is. And then what you guys probably won't see any of this once I come back anyway. I'll do a little cleanup. Might put it on a new pad. Okay, so let me go ahead and just move this out of the way. That way I can set my hand in there comfortably. Okay. And yeah, this goes with the glitter. One over here, or the glow getter. I keep saying glitter. I'm looking at the glitter inside the brush. But that's pretty much it. Okay, so you're probably wondering, thumb last. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to be able to turn it and I wanna be able to just go in. Okay, so thumb last. Let me let this drip. I don't know if you guys can see that. You probably can't, but it's very drippy. But yeah, if you're concerned, I gotta get myself the right angle here. If you're concerned with literally painting this right on here, the way I looked at it is, if I was using monomer, which I did start off doing, okay, so I didn't actually start off with step 2 base. And then when I got to doing the dip method, I was using the wrong base. Not Polish has a base called Super Base. I did forget to mention that. I know I started talking about it and I got sidetracked, but I didn't even mention the name. And so when I was using monomer, I actually got some on my finger. That's not gonna have to stand up. I would say, think of it, I was trying to think what I was gonna say. Think of it that way. That you wouldn't, if you were using monomer and powder, you wouldn't, how would you say that? You wouldn't put activator anyway. Okay, so I got some on my finger. I need to get that off. I don't want to cure that like that. And I'm gonna try alcohol and my no lint wipe. Did I hide it? Yes, I did. See, that's good. And I have to be careful with this because it's so full. I can literally squeeze it from the sides and it'll come up. So let me push down really hard. And I think I should be using acetone, just in case you're wondering. I've never actually had to do this, but then again, I can't say never because this is my first time using this stain resistant top coat. But yeah, I want to get this off my finger before I go into the lamp, since I'm going to cure it so many times. Okay, so 70% alcohol. Didn't do too bad of a job. Get it off this side. But yeah, so that's the last thing I'll say about activators. And I've been talking about it for a while, as if it's like one of my favorite products, and I'm just giving you guys all the reasons why I actually don't use it. It might be easier if I do that. I don't want to mess up the coat because it's really even. And like I said, the good thing about this is I did not top coat the rest of these fingers. Ooh. Nice. 70% alcohol and a no lint wipe. There you guys go. Look at that. Because they had got on my finger. I told you this stuff is more runny than Gloss It. It's thicker. And then the problem is if you do top coat all your fingers together, it's trying to hold your hand even so that it doesn't drip like onto your finger. And I'm gonna have to say from experience of using this the second time, just keep I don't want to say, actually I take that back, scratch that. I was going to say keep brushing, but no, you don't want to do that. I just found out why it's taking off some of the powder, which I mean it's going to do that, but that's a little bit more off than what I wanted. Ooh, nope, that had a big drip. That would have been not good. It would have dripped all on my finger. I am trying so hard not to shake. The hardest part is the corner of my nail. You would think it would be the side, but right along the bottom there of the side corner. Okay, so what you might find is you might need to keep one of these, and I'm going to make a second suggestion, one for each finger, if you use the different color powders. And I've only tried ombre with the half cover nails, and I have to say that I wasn't like too happy with it. I mean, at least I tried, but yeah, I haven't tried ombre since. I just go solid colors. I'm thinking, my thought process is keep it simple, and I want another wipe. I actually closed the box. Let me get another 2. Yeah. Just in case I had to put more alcohol in there, because it's so runny that it's going onto my finger whether I want it to or not. And the problem is, I know I said wipe it off, but what I'm finding is if it has that last drip, maybe you should leave it. And if you wipe it off as much as I'm wiping off, I'm going to try using the side that I didn't wipe off. Get that drip off there. And if you're wondering, would it have taken this long if I was using Gloss It? No. Like I said, Gloss It's thicker. And it took some getting used to. It was like how it took some getting used to for gel polish. I had never done gel polish before, and I prefer the color powders. So I don't like having to pick a lot of different stuff. And if you get color powder, you know that the good thing about it is that I don't know why I want to put a little bit more. Let me see, down the middle. The middle is where there's the most at. I just don't feel that that was even. I felt, there we go. Didn't look good enough. And yeah, I'm gonna need, and see, that's the problem. I want to cure them all at the same time, the same amount of times, but it's running. So maybe, I don't know, it's left up to you, but I'm finding it's good. There's a good and a bad thing about not going in with some of the fingers when you finish them, because I guess you get to see like where it's choosing to run, and it is kind of air drying. And let me see if it says UV on there. The sand resistant top coat doesn't actually say UV LED on it, so maybe it air dries. Maybe that's why when I accidentally touch my other finger, I'm not having to worry about it. But yeah, I'm finding that it is actually helping to do them all at once. Me and the side tip of my finger, the upper tip, okay, it's even, but I had way too much. Oh no, it's running. Okay, that was a lot for this one. I caught myself putting just a little bit more because the powder and the glitter and the shapes kind of create like a multiple layer on its own. Almost like a, I guess, chunky glitter in a sense. I think I heard that's what it's called. And so I was trying to accommodate for that and I had put too much. Oh, let me get back over here. Okay, let me watch out for my pinky here. As it's running, as you can see, I'm cleaning. Okay, so I never even asked him if I actually was supposed to put my hand in the lamp for this. Because I think the ones where you have to do that, the bottles are marked. Yeah, and depending on how you hold this, it just drips wherever it wants. Like that just came off the plastic part. Okay. All right, so a little bit more cleanup on this finger. It's trying to run. I'm like, nope, caught you. Okay, around the cuticle area. Like I said, this is the part you guys don't see. And as you guys can see, I'm super picky. And if there were ever a time I was gonna do that, then it would be now, because this is not, a Vegas trip. This is a big trip. Okay, so we said 3 times 60 seconds. Oop, did I hit my thumb? I think I did. Now I'm gonna have to let this drain a lot. Okay, let's see. Where is it? You know what? I didn't hit it enough to chance that. I'm just gonna be careful. And also, I'm having to put it in at an angle. Let me look down and see. How close am I? And I usually try to hold my thumb upward to get it closer to the light. I don't even know if that helps. It's just, you find yourself doing like little quirky things that you think might actually help you out. Because the thumb is so hard, several different ways I mean, well, if you take off the reflective bottom, it's not that it's not going to cure. It's just it might not cure as well because it doesn't have the reflection from the bottom. And so, yeah, I find every time I do it, it's different, especially since, like I said, if I wait 3 weeks on purpose or 2 weeks before I even put nails back on. And I do a time check too. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. And I'm excited now that I think about it because I get to turn my AC while I do my right hand, and then hopefully it won't blow too much. But like I said, I'm going to get a different paper towel, move these spoons. Okay, so that was one. The glow finger was glowing. And sometimes I get to this point and I'll think about the charms and everything like that. And sometimes I'll think, I don't think I even really want to put them on there. These colors are bright enough and pretty enough. I'll show you guys in a second. And then what I might do after we get finished with everything, get finished with this hand, like I said, I'm gonna do this off camera. And then after we, after I top coat this, then I might angle the camera down so you guys can see it better. Because usually what I do is I stand up and I look from the side to see what you guys can see, but that makes the camera go in and out. And I want you guys to really be able to see how pretty the colors are. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll angle it so you guys can see it, and then maybe I'll do it from before I put the charms on. And then I usually have like a little discussion at the end. What I like about it, what would I change differently? Would I use this product again if it's new, anything like that? So like I said, all of my videos that I do at some point is some type of review at some point. Okay, so even my London trip, there's probably going to be maybe, I don't know if I'm going to have some shorts, but I think I might have some videos that I will do, and I don't know if they're going to be short videos and piece them together, or if they're going to be longer, like maybe 10 to 15 minute videos. It depends on what I'm recording, and hopefully the weather will permit for me to record and it won't be like super rainy over there, because I've only been there literally like overnight. Got there at night, slept overnight, got up the following morning, went to the airport. So I have not spent a complete 24 hours in London as of yet. So hopefully I will be able to record, because if it's raining, obviously I don't want to get my phone wet. And then I'll be able to share it, and it'll be like an experience review type thing, you know? So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I don't have like I said, a different channel. No, we need some charms on there. I already decided I don't like it. Okay, let me go ahead, because if I knock this bottle over, I don't think I'll get as lucky as I did with that step 2 base. I think brushing here or not, it'll just leak everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to set that there, and let me see. I'm going to hold up my hand. I hope you guys can see this. Usually I hold it up too high. Might help if I move some stuff out of the way. I'm not going to need these powders for a while. And see, there again, I almost knocked over the base. Okay, so hopefully that you guys can see that. And then, like I said, since I can read them, okay, so starting from the pinky, that's Cotton Candy. This is Maxed Out. Cotton Candy is not, I have it topped, is M101. Okay, so they don't just have names, they have letters and numbers associated with them. Okay, so like I said, the ring finger is Maxed Out. I think this is glow glitters, yeah. Maxed Out is M57. M as in Mary. I'm saying M, not N, M. The middle finger is Glow Getters, G12. The ring finger is OMG. It should be 32. La La Land. And, can you make sure I can see that? And the thumb is Water My Melons. And Water My Melons, I believe, is M98. Let's see. Yes, M98. Okay, like I said, that'll all be in the description box. All right, so I'm going to pause. I'm going to check and see how we're doing on time. I'm going to clean up, see if I can get part of my voice back. And then we will decorate. So for you guys, I'll see you guys literally in a couple seconds. And for me, it will be however long it takes for me to do my other hand. This will be interesting. I've never done my right hand with my left hand already done with these soft gel nails. Okay, got that and clean up. Okay, so see you guys in a couple seconds, and however long it takes me to do them, I have all the rest of the time of the day to do it. All right, you guys, see you in a bit. Okay, I am back. Let's go ahead and decorate. So the video was 2 hours long. I did not know it was that long. Like I said, usually I don't do a whole hand on the video, so that took some time. As you guys saw, the trickiest part is putting the nails on, and then the base, like I said, taking your time with that. So like I said, I already have the paper down here with the charms. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start with my left hand. Let me pour my charms out. One of them, I really like it, but it's kind of big, so kind of decided to go with something smaller. Honestly, I'm hoping that I can actually go through TSA with this, because I think last time I had like the ones that are kind of like gummy bears or something like that, and I don't think those are, well, obviously they're not metal, so I don't know. Hopefully they won't say we can't board the plane. But this was my Chanel No. 5 bottle I wanted to put in. As you guys can see, I mean, it would be cute, but it is too big. I do wish they had made this like half its size. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because of the diamonds on it, I'm so tempted to put them on there, or put this one on there. But I did do something smaller, so he was like, maybe I could put that on a necklace. Okay, so first, left hand, I'm supposed to put, I think I wrote that backwards. That's right hand. And that's left hand. Okay, so I have a small problem here. Oh, okay. No, I don't. We're good. We're good. All right. So I keep forgetting I put right hand at the top. So we'll do the right hand first. I'm supposed to have my little purse on here. Let me get this. Oh, it stuck to the paper towel. I really need to clean this off. I need some damage control. Let me get a paper towel. In the beginning, it doesn't look all icky like this. And so if you're like me, you clean up everything else, sanitize what you need to sanitize. I just found out barbicide, I guess, isn't like really all that safe. And so, not that I would put this in here, but I'm just saying, like, the stuff I would clean it off with, now I got alcohol all over my hands. Was not planning to do that. Probably should have did this off camera, but I just so happened to look down and see like how bad it was. And then I'm curious here. I want to make sure that this stuff goes on the brush. Okay. And my other appointment I was going to make for tomorrow, I think I'm going to make it for today. I think I can still make it to the pharmacy to get my prescription. So we'll see. I think I have until 7. Okay. So I probably should have cleaned this brush off before. I'm probably going to have to order something else for this, but let's go ahead and let me dry my hands off. Okay. All right. So what I do is I put some on my finger and some on the charm. I like to put some on the charm first. This stuff is kind of, like, I don't know if you guys can see that. You have to kind of rub it off on the side of the foil. And then actually, I usually have tweezers. And you know what? I am so sorry, you guys. I really thought that I was ready to unpause this camera. Trying to think where I put my tweezers. I have, let's see. Give me a second. I know exactly where they are. Okay, so I have a set I bought, but the other one was straight and I need the curved ones. I can't even remember what that came with. Okay, so just in case, because I painted some of the charms with the gel polish. And let me start on the other side. The purse part is thicker. I can actually hold this down with my finger here. And then I went ahead and I cured for 360 seconds. like I did on the other one. This is going to be a little tough here. Let me see. And don't let this stuff fool you like it is sticky, but it kind of has like a fluent consistency as well. So you'll think like, oh, okay, this is going to be kind of gooey. And then when you get ready to put it on your nail, the charm can slide, especially if you put some on your nail as well and not just on the back of the charm. I try to get all the edges and stuff like that. And I think I'm going to try and fill this gap here. Give me just a second. The purse has an indent right in the middle, just in case any part of that touches my nail. Okay, so now let's see, right, we're doing left hand, right hand. That's right, right hand. Okay, so I gotta figure out, this is gonna be the tough part because the purse has that handle. So, I think I pictured it right about here. I just kind of eye it. And I do want to say that once you put this down in here, you got to commit. Okay, and then brush it even. And I believe it dries clear, so that's not the problem. The problem is where to put it and getting it even. Just kind of concentrating here for a second. Okay, here we go. And I might actually do the purse by itself. I have a tendency to flip these over and it lands back in a paper towel. So I'm gonna have to remind myself that I'm recording because I can have a bit of a mouth. And so, yeah. Uh-oh. It tried to get stuck to the paper towel and I didn't want any of the paper towel to get up on there. Okay, let's see here. Oh, that's cute. Let me just move it around here for a second. And I think I might go charm by charm this time. So far as curing, I'm going to cure for 60 seconds. And then at the end, I'll end up curing my whole hand. I'm trying to get the purse at just the right angle. The purse does arch. And you know what? I'm glad I put some on the handle because I didn't put any on my nail for that part. I was worried that I would put too much, and even though it dries clear, it would dry clumpy and look weird. Okay, it's all about placement with this one, and this one it's sliding like crazy. You guys can't see it. And you know what? Why didn't I think of that? The light. Okay, so this thing's gonna come in handy. I'm really gonna like this. I'll make sure I charge this up. But yeah, see, it slid just that fast. Okay, I think I need to go a little bit higher. Oh, right there. Where's the button? And I had another light. It was called the Kiss Extend. No E in front. So it's X, I think TEND. And if you go to Walmart in the cosmetic section, they have a starter kit. It's, I believe, $19.99. And that light is sold with it, but you have to plug it up. It's not chargeable. And it's centered. So like you have to put your finger on the center though. But the problem is the space you have in between the actual light and where you're going to put your fingers. But if you were doing like your middle finger, then that would be good. I might go ahead and just give this a little bit more time. I'm worried that when I move my hand over here to the left, it's going to slide some. And then, I don't think I told you guys in this video, but in the video that I made for this kit, the light is preset to 60 seconds. And if you watch that video of just the kit that I show all the stuff, I tell you how to change your preset to 30 seconds. Okay, because you might decide that you don't want to start off. And see, I forgot that it now went to 60. Let me see. I forgot about touching the end of it here. That's the only thing you have to be careful with is, you know, once you push the button, like I showed you guys earlier, then it's touch. You can turn it on that way. Okay, so my let's see, pointy finger says shoe. Okay, so I have a little shoe here, and it is little. This is gonna take me just a minute. Like I said, bear with me, you guys. I'm new to this, and I've come a long way undoing my nails, despite all the times I had to stop. Okay, so the shoe, I'm gonna have to take my tweezers and hold it because there's gaps. It's a little high heel. And I just didn't find any as cute as this one. This one came in a pack from Amazon, and it had different colored shoes. So it had pink, and it had black, and then it had one with just like diamonds. Like the pink one and the black one have diamonds on it, but there's one with just diamonds. Something just fell, and I really hope that was lint, because if it was a bug, you guys would see me run and scream. I don't do bugs. Okay, let's see. Gotta get the back half of the heel here. Oh my gosh, I flipped it over. Okay, so I'm gonna have to replace some of it because it flipped. I'm gonna have to pinch harder. The hardest part is not getting this is McCart rhinestone glue. I forgot to tell you guys. I forgot that you guys can't see what I can see if it's right by me. And I'm trying to get the tip of the toe of the heel. And then for my toes, I was gonna do cotton candy, and I'll show you guys really quick. I know I showed you what was that? This left hand, but I'm gonna show you the right. And I think I said I was gonna show you guys before I put anything on it, but you guys saw it before I paused. Okay, so make sure one more time, right hand shoe, pointy finger. I put pointy finger, I know it's index. All right, now the hard part for this one I saw is going to be getting it to flip over and not flip over. Oh no. Oh, I don't know, you guys. You know, I put some on the nail, right? So where is the question? Okay. Because the foot part is not that big. And then let's see, I'm trying to mirror draw with this little brush thing here, trying to draw a couple lines on here. That way, like I said, you gotta commit when you put it down. If you don't like it, the only suggestion I have is to smear it down smooth. Okay, so this is gonna be tricky. You know what? I might actually be able to hold it. Oh, no, think I was wrong. Do I hold it this way? Rotate it over. I'm gonna have to do this upside down. Now it's rotating. This is the only reason why I want to learn how to do 3D, but it still wouldn't be as cute as this shoe. And if I could get it to rotate right, if you guys would be able to see it. The problem is the back part of the shoe is so thin, it's wanting to, it was like trying to rotate backwards. You'll see what I mean when I say it's thin. It's not something that I easily could have gripped and not have gotten this stuff in my hands. Okay, so, and when I did this, I used the, what do you call those? The swatch nails. I couldn't think of that. It's sliding and I don't know which way I want it to turn. No, I definitely don't want it that way. I don't want it that way either. It's the angles of the charm versus my nail, and I'm not really sure. Maybe I didn't think that out. Okay, so the shoe is giving me a bit of a problem. I'm trying to get it up. It's the foot part. I think that might be as close as I can get it. Let me go away. I forgot. Let me go away from that. I don't want to make that solid. And it's lasted me a long time. I actually had a 2-pack And I gave one to one of my family members, I believe, if I remember correctly. Or I might be thinking of the solid nail glue, and I think about it. So don't quote me on that. You might not be able to buy the rhinestone glue from a cart as a double pack. Okay, so my middle finger is supposed to be lips. Luckily, I only have one set of lips. So all my charms are different on my hands. My glasses are sliding. Okay, so I forgot, I gotta tap it to stop it. All right. The lips are small, but not too small. I just flipped it over, okay. All right. Hopefully the lips are a little bit easier. And I guess I take that back about using my non-dominant hand when I'm putting on the charms. You guys are gonna see that part, so it all depends. And for the lips, I have a feeling I should have got the straight. Tweezers out. Okay, for some reason the lip is wanting to lift. It's kind of awkward. I feel like I'm putting on what do you call that, lip gloss on this thing. And I'm rotating it around the other way. And I don't know, I think the lip is magnetic for some reason. The closer I get the tweezers to it, the more it wants to lift up. And I really want to make sure I get the whole lip. Okay, so I think I got it now. Let's see, I wanted it down closer to the cuticle area, so maybe this will be enough on here. I'm just gonna paint straight across. Turn that over, there's some on this side. Okay. Now the hard part, getting it on my nails. My ring finger doesn't have anything and my pinky doesn't either, so we're gonna go to the left hand. But let me just get this on here. Out of all the times it actually wants to pick up. Oh. Okay, I can use my finger for this one. I'm trying to be careful because I have some. And I think I wanted it tilted to, let's see, gotta get it kind of, I think it was to the left. The problem was the pictures I took of it are on my phone and I record with my phone. Oops, right? So let me see, let me tilt it to the right. Actually, that's to the left. No, I did tilt it to the right. Now I like that it's rounded at the bottom, kinda. So one thing I haven't done is I've talked about rounding off the charms with a drill. I've done that before, especially with the bigger ones, with like my teddy bears and stuff like that. Not the gummies, but the ones that are resin. And it was actually pretty cool. The bears were big enough for me to hold them and for me to actually take my drill bit, and I, for the life of me, don't remember which drill bit I used. I don't think I used a coarse drill bit, maybe a medium one. I don't know if I used my safety bit, but I was actually able to hold it and to round it. That way, when you put it down the nail, it's not flat. With the half cover nails, what I found is that basically what kind of happens is I have a tendency to make it flat. So even though I have a little bit of an apex, remember I told you about like the arch of your nail, I have a little bit, or the, I guess the arch and the rise of your nail, how, not just how it arches, but I think how high up it arches. I believe it's the full like kind of definition of of your apex. And so I was actually able to get it pretty curved. And let me tell you, when I wanted to get it off, oh my goodness, because remember that part was my natural nail. I'm going to, I saw the cap off my alcohol over here, and no, somehow, some way, I'll end up near it and knock it over. Okay, so now we're at the right hand and left. We're at the left hand. Okay, so instead of the big Chanel bottle, I'm gonna go ahead and I have a perfume bottle. I painted a number 5 on it, and I painted it, I believe it was maxed out. And then I have a little lipstick here that's sliding over. Like I said, don't let this stuff fool you. Even though it's really gooey, it's really slippery. Okay, so I had some rhinestones. I actually was thinking about trying to recreate that perfume bottle that I showed you. However, I think, no, I like that. Okay, problem is lipstick is super small. Okay, so gonna have to focus. I know I keep asking you guys to bear with me, but seriously, when you see how little the lipstick is, and it might look way bigger on camera, but it's tiny. The perfume bottle is not that bad. So from what it looks like is I just tested out on the paper towel of how to lay it. I'm going to put the perfume bottle down close to my cuticle area, and then I'm going to put the lipstick up above it, and I think I'm going to tilt it to the right the way it is on the paper towel. So first I'm going to paint this on here. Make sure I get some on the top. And I'm trying to get some down on the edge down there without actually getting it onto the tweezers. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn that bottom edge right there. Sometimes these stay on. Sometimes it'll amaze you how easy it'll come off the first time, and then when you reuse it again and reuse the Macard solid nail glue, then next thing you know, it's on there. Okay, so I'm not gonna tell you guys that I've finished and the charms have lasted. The perfume bottle's not that big. Let me get a little bit more off of here. Okay, so yeah, every now and then you're gonna find, I think I want it right here, that you're gonna have to reconnect your charm the same day. And I know if you're like me, that's not something that you want to hear. It's just the truth. But like I said, it's something about that second time, because remember, we're still going to go on the big lamp. Something about that second time, you guys, I don't know what it is, where it's like, okay, don't worry, I got you. Got you back. You know, I know the first time I kind of messed up. You know, your charm kind of acts like it has an understanding that you wanted it on your finger. And then I even have, I order duplicates, and so I can be able to take it on a trip. So I guess, now that I think about it, the Macard solid nail glue is going to go too, maybe. Because the base, like I said, the problem with base is the color it dries. So if you skipped ahead to this part, step 2 base dries a white cloudy color. So it's all good, all fine and dandy until you want to dry. And you know what? I don't know if I want the perfume bottle. I should put the lipstick on first. I think I had that straight. I think it has a tilt. You know, I'm going to tilt it just a little bit. Okay, but yeah, it was the, oh, it's sliding. When I painted the 5 on here, that was the first time I used one of their liners. And I'm going to have to take something back that I said that the brush was too thick. And honestly, what you learn about using, I want it a little bit higher, just a little. I'm super precise. There we go. But the thing about it is it's not so much the thickness of the brush of the liner as it is how much paint you take off of the brush. And I learned that 3 or 4 days ago when I was trying to recreate that bottle. And I know what you're going to say if you see it, girl. What you did don't look nothing close to that. And if it were me, I would have went ahead and glued that bad boy right on there. Trust me. if we weren't going overseas and if I wasn't worried about getting through the metal detector and stuff like that, just alone with the fact that these charms are actually metal or something. They're not, I don't think they're resin, not all of it. I would have. I so would have. And I used to like to do the duck nails or have them done. I should say I've never done duck nails. And oh my gosh, I'm super extra. So that would have been perfect. I mean, after a while, how many times are you going to get the zebra stripes, right? Okay, that should be long enough because I still got to put the lipstick on there. We're still going into the lamp. Okay, so lipstick super tiny. And I don't want to get my hands all messy, but I might have to. I might have to hold it and say just forget it. Don't eat with my hands for a couple of days. Bacart solid nail glue it doesn't have an awful smell or anything like that. So like right now, it is nothing like I said, like when you open the step 2 base. One of the only products that I can think of that I use from Not Polished that even has remotely any type of strong smell. And then I don't know, I can't remember if they said if there's monomer in there or not in the step 2 base, and I think like that's what helps the powder stick or something like that. I remember them saying something like that, and so yeah, I think that's what they said. That's the difference between their step 2 base and their super base, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. Okay, so the easy part was getting the glue on. I'm gonna put just a little bit more because with these, it's not so much about pushing them down as it is getting them to stay in place. Okay, so now if it'll let go of the tweezers, I'm gonna put it, I think I'll put it right here to make a little, how thin is it? Let me see. But yeah, so that's why I learned about the liners. And maybe over time, I'll get better at it. I just realized I put some too close to the perfume bottle and I want it up higher. Let me smooth that out so it looks, because like I said, it's small. So I'm just doing a little bit of correcting here. Remember I said that's not where you want it, smooth it out so it doesn't look awkward when it dries. Yeah, I just did that. Okay, so picking it up is not the problem. Getting it to lay down is, I'm so happy this stuff does not air dry. You do have to have a light for this. Uh-oh. It landed on top of the perfume bottle, on top of the part, like where you, if you're gonna open it. Okay, let's see here. I want it that tilted. And my perfume bottle is tilted, so what if I tilt this way? And it's so cute, the little lipstick. I know you guys probably won't be able to see it on camera, but I think it has a little 5 on there. Like for Chanel number 5, and that's what made me pick it. Okay, so I do have the option to take this off. But no, if I just tilt it just right. It's one of those situations where I don't want it too close to the top. That looks awkward. It's in the right spot, but it's... That looks even worse. Okay, so... This is one of the, there we go. That's cute. This is one of the situations where, like I said, this was like a last minute type thing. Well, I mean, 3 days ago is not really last minute, but I mean, so far as I've never put 2 charms on my nails, like I said. I thought about putting rhinestones like still on there, and maybe before I put my hand in there, since I know exactly where my rhinestones are, I made sure I found them that day as well. And so maybe the missing piece here is a diamond, but the right size. And I've never used one of those rubber tip things that you use for diamonds. I don't think I've ever even put diamonds on my nails. So tweezers might not be a good idea. And I don't think that it has that little thing I've seen them use. But for some reason, like so the brushes that come from Walmart, the ones that come from the cosmetic section, there's like 8 of them in there. And then there's this thing to me that looks like a really long cuticle pusher, like the one I showed you, the one I have that has a rubber tip. And so I keep forgetting the button doesn't turn it off. Unless you want to turn it completely off, you have to push and hold it. But yeah, that thing in there, I don't know what that reminds me of. Oh, that is cute. Nope. I am not going to put anything on there. Okay, so ring finger is nothing. Middle finger is Eiffel Tower. This is not really an Eiffel Tower, but I thought it looked like it. Let me turn this over. It has a pearl on it. I haven't had anything with pearls on my nails in a long time. Okay. And that is the middle finger. That was going to be like what I call my main attraction. Oh, and by the way, my AC might come on because I forgot that I turned it down so they can turn on while I was doing my hand, and I did not go over there and turn it so it wouldn't turn on. So I am really hoping I can finish this before it comes back on, because it's hot in here, and I had it set up super high so that it wouldn't come on. But that was before I paused. So I might walk over there real quick, not even pause the video, just go and make sure that it's up so high that it won't come on. Because it's, like I said, I keep telling you guys it's loud. That's how loud it is for me to just keep repeating myself and telling you guys the same thing. Yeah, I'm too cautious. I would rather, since I know this stuff has to be put underneath a light, I'm not worried about it drying out. So yeah, let me get some. It's the part that looks like the A, the top of the A, that I'm having problems with. Nope, don't flip over. Okay, now if I can just get this away from the, all right, I'm glad the pearl got stuck on the paper towel. So let me go make sure, I'm going to set it up to like 85 or like 90 or something like that. Okay, and it'd be just my luck that it's actually at the temperature to still make it come on. Okay, so we're going middle. Now I gotta think, I'm gonna draw an A. I want it smack right in the middle. Okay, so this is gonna be the bottom. No, you guys can't see, I'm kind of talking myself through this. Let's see. And like I said, I'm actually drawing the shape of it. Kind of happy now that it's not more like it, because if it was more like the Eiffel Tower, it would have more detail to it, and this just makes an A shape. Okay, almost done, you guys. Okay, I can make the little bottom part thicker. Okay, I think the point goes up a little bit higher. All right, let's see. Is the pearl gonna give me a problem being stuck down there, or, oh, it's flipping already. Okay, and I don't want it tilted, but I'm just trying to get it to where it'll want to stay. This is really pretty. I did get it just right. Okay. A little higher. I don't even want it. I'm want it slanted like that? No. It has to be straight up and down so it actually looks like the Eiffel Tower. Let me see. Almost, you guys. Just bear with me. Gotta get this just right. Every time I get the bottom tilted the way I want, the bottom tilts. A little higher. Okay. Got it. Okay, so the low, don't quote me on that. I was gonna say the last one. Let me look. Okay, so middle finger is Eiffel Tower, ring finger is heart, and pinky has nothing. And then the little lipstick that you're gonna see, was small enough to put on my pinky, but I'm just not used to having anything there. And then the perfume bottle, before I painted it, it was red with a gold number 5 on there, and it was really cute. But what I ended up doing was I ended up not using, I believe it's called That Girl. I can't remember what glow color it is, but it is red, and I believe it glows red. And so it was nice. It was a little bit light. I like bright colors. Okay, but it was, or I should say is, a nice color because I do have it. I don't know why I'm looking over. Oh, because I think it's in that box. Yeah, I kept the box out so I could put some of the powders away. I have like a little cart thing I was telling you guys where I store my stuff back in the room that's supposed to be my YouTube studio / office. Still has not got done, but maybe after we come back. Okay. And now we got the heart. And then I'm going to go ahead. I like to clean up as I go. And see, I have to remember I have charms on my fingers that I got caught in there. I guess I'm happy I did not put that on there. This is still going to go out of town with us. This lipstick bottle was just kind of too big. Well, it was a perfect size, but I couldn't put anything else on. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see. Actually, hold on. I don't know if you guys can see that. I painted the top pink. It was red. So a lot of the charms in this bag, if I put down the little link to it and everything like that, the title and the link, then you might see that a lot of the charms in there are red. Okay, so if you're looking for pink, I do have some pink ones coming, but they're different. And the heart, I want it down closer to the cuticle area. So that was a good thing about a couple days ago about actually, I just got to get the other side of the heart. The brush doesn't want to let loose of it. That might be a good thing. Okay. But yeah, they're going to be really cute. One of them is a castle, and it's pink and red. It's like a mixture of the colors I have in my nails already. It wasn't supposed to come until like way later. I think it'll be here before we leave. And oh my gosh. Oh, okay, no it didn't. The heart is so shiny, it has like little diamonds on it, and I thought it flipped over. Oh wait. Where I want it on my nail. I forgot. But yeah, so you guys might see it in one of the videos. I'm trying to save it for if we actually go on the cruise, and let's see. Okay. You know what? Let me try and do the shape of a heart. So actually, that should be the tip. I almost put too much there. This one's a little, oh, I'm saying it's a little bit more like a square or like a circle, but I actually got shaped like a heart. Okay, maybe my drawing skills will actually work. All right, I'm gonna flip it. No. It is literally standing straight up. I thought I was gonna flip down on the what do you call that? The diamond side. But yeah, So I can, like I said, I can draw, just not small. And I can't draw people, and I can't draw cars. I think I had the heart tilted, but actually, I want it straight on so it looks like a heart. I'm trying to think, let's see. I don't want to push it up higher because I didn't put glue up higher than that. I think it looked better on that finger. And I don't know what made me, wow, why didn't I do the lips on the finger that I had? Oh, because that was going to be a perfume bottle and the lipstick was just the last minute thing. That's right. I was like, it'd been perfect to put the lips on the same hand with the lipstick. Is that good? No, a little bit more to the right. Yeah, I just remembered that the lipstick was not a part of the plan. Okay. I do want it tilted, but I need it to slide over to the left more. So that's a good thing about this Macart rhinestone glue. You can kind of play around with your charms for a second. So if you have any type of portable light, just have it ready. The problem is I'm getting ready to do that little quick light thing, and I don't. It looks different when I'm looking down at it than it does when I have it laying flat. So when I hold my finger up, that's where it doesn't look right. Yeah, the heart could have went either way, I guess. Let me see. Okay, so higher up does look better. No, a little bit more to the left. Okay. I was about to say that's about as good as it's gonna get, but actually, I might as well put it up higher. The higher I go, the better it's starting to look. It looks kind of awkward where it was. Okay, that's good. I got it. There we go, you guys. Okay, so we're gonna go 60 seconds in the lamp for both hands, and then we'll wrap it up. And we can just kind of have our talk now. Okay, so, oh, and I still have to show you them. That's right. Okay, don't worry, I didn't forget. But yeah, so I like all the colors I picked. So the colors I had already used was the La La Land. I just got maxed out like in the last order, which was like 2 months ago. Glow Getters, make sure I'm saying that right. I just got that one. And Cotton Candy, I just got that one. And then Water My Melons I already had, but I never tried it. And I don't know, I think I started off telling you guys about my pedicure that I'm going to get either today or tomorrow. And I was going to do Cotton Candy, even though it's bright and it's pretty like when the light hits it. I think I like Water My Melons more. I think Cotton Candy is just a little bit too dark for me. And I wanted a bright pink on my toes. Okay, so that should be long enough. Now I can go ahead and put my hand in the lamp. So yeah. Yeah. It's so crazy. It's like, so Cotton Candy is, let me see if I can scoop myself a little bit closer here. Okay, and that's so I can show you guys the hand because I know it won't slide. So here's those two. Let me pull it down lower just in case you guys can't see that. And then I'm going to show you guys the thumb. I'm trying to hold it still. You guys might actually need me to do this. Okay, and then here's the thumb. And I don't know if I can actually turn my finger. Let's see, that's kind of awkward, but here's the purse. So I like my charms. Not only, well, obviously my charms are always going to be facing me because when I turn my hand this way, but I like them to where they are right side up, to where if I'm looking at them, they're right side up. I'll do one more here. I know that usually when you get your nails done, they have a tendency, unless you tell them, to actually take the charms and put them to where when you're doing this, showing people, it's right side up to them. But I'm like, yeah, a lot of people look at my nails, whether I do them or whether someone else does them, and no one else does them now but me. My toes are like a hit and miss because my painting skills are not that great. And so, plus I have that, what's that called? Like the salon step. Yeah, I have the salon step, but the problem is part of it is not metal, like I think it's plastic. The thing you sit your foot on. And I think that's kind of good, maybe that's plastic, but I think like the legs, something about it. And then like the thing they put on the bottom for the rubber just to keep it from sliding doesn't really actually work that well. And so I bought a mat. The mat, oh my gosh, the mat stinks. I got it from the kitchen section at Walmart. And I don't know why I'm still holding my hand up. I forgot even when I'm holding it, you guys still can't see it. But yeah. So the mat, that smell, just that rubber, I don't know what it is, what type of rubber that is, but it just won't go away. And so I actually have not painted my toes in a long time. The last time I had my toes painted, we went out of town. And so I decided to let them paint it. And then I decided to have them put on regular polish. And so I'm debating, yes, I am debating on if I want to have them put on gel polish. I was trying to think of that. Because I was also thinking, when we come back, it's not gonna be too long before we leave again. And the thing about it is, obviously, if it's gel, I will have to drill it off, and I've never done that on my toes. And so that's my issue. My issue is it's really expensive to go to the nail shop and to get a pedicure. Even if you don't get, like, let's say hot rocks or paraffin wax, if you don't get anything if you get anything past a basic pedicure, it's expensive. And then even, like I say, if I bring in my own polish, if it's gel, I think they'll charge me the extra $10 like they would if it was their polish. And so I don't know at that point if I'm like, okay, well, they're still painting your toes, at least you're not doing it. Or if I'm like, is it the fact that it's gel polish versus regular polish? I brought in my own. So I don't think, if that's the reason why they're charging, I think it's like an extra $10. I don't think they should charge it if you bring your own polish, and I think they still do. So what I might do is just go ahead and use regular polish, and know what they're going to tell me, especially if they don't know I have my own polish, is that gel's better. But I just honestly, if it's just the fact that it's gel, I just honestly don't want to pay them $10 for gel polish when it was my polish. Now, it would be different if part of it was the labor, the painting part, right? So I have to look at it that way, or else I feel like they shouldn't charge. And I know at least they did my feet and I didn't have to do them, because I don't set my foot in the bucket or tub, I guess, actually in the tub, and then do all that other stuff. And so yeah, of course I don't massage my feet, stuff like that. I cut them, file them, and then redo them, like repaint them. But right now they're not painted. They haven't had any paint on them for, I think, 3 weeks to a month. I think I took it off before. So that's this. And I think, let's see, if I turn my hand this way, I think if I hold still enough, you guys can see it. The number 5 bottle, I might actually have to stand up and turn. Okay, so we have what, the Eiffel, it's not Eiffel Tower, but it looks close, huh? I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to turn. First, I'm going to try and get closer. If it goes blurry, sorry. Usually I do a camera check, but I kind of stopped doing that. So, and then there's the one I painted. I know this looks super awkward with me standing up, kind of weird like that. But yeah, I painted it pink. And I tried my hardest, laugh if you want, to paint the 5. Okay, so yeah, time check here. I don't want to miss the pharmacy, but I do have one more day to go there if I miss it. But I think if I make my appointment for 4 o'clock, then it's not going to take them 3 hours to do my toes. So yeah, but I'm excited. I'm happy. I like them. I think my husband, I asked him for his opinion, and I actually tried to mix up some glitter myself, like put the glitter and then put these little octagons on top of some pink octagons. And I liked it because you could still see the fact that the nail was clear. But then I know that La La Land, like I said, I was hoping that it would be bright. Let me tell you. Okay, so if you like this finger here, okay, if you want something brighter than this, where it's like, yes, it's like water my melons. Okay, I know my charm is kind of in the way, but if you can see that with glitter, with the octagons, okay, let me make sure I get this right. OMG, okay, 05. There is a 0 in front of it. I don't think you'll find it on their website if you don't put the 0 in front of it. So OMG 05, the numbers, nightcap. Like night versus day, not night like with a horse and everything. Night like nighttime, okay? Nightcap, CAP. It's pretty. I would have to say if they don't consider it chunky glitter, I would, or a chunky powder, I guess, in a sense. But I really, really like it. So I was on the fence about putting that where you guys saw this OMG 32 La La Land, this one here. Yeah, I was tempted to make that nightcap instead. Trust me, it's a pretty color. You'll get the brightness that you want if you like it. But you guys, I gotta go. I know you guys were with me for a long time. Like I said, I'm a beginner, and no, it wouldn't have taken me that long, but I just kind of was like, well, I'll just go step by step. And if they're doing the nails and stuff like that, you know, then if they're a beginner, they might take as long as I do. And I honestly didn't know it had been 2 hours. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. My videos are usually about an hour to an hour and a half if it's a nail video. So yeah, this one's long, I know. But you guys have a great day. Stay safe. Stay out of the heat. If it's cold where you live, then stay out of the colds. As always, thank you guys for watching Upfront and Honest Reviews. You guys have a great day. Stay safe. Bye.